Hello and good evening. Welcome to HamShackTV Live. We'll be getting started here in just a couple of minutes. Trying to dot a few I's and cross a few T's before we get up on the air here. See quite a few of you sitting out in the waiting room ready for this thing to get going. Do me a favor while you're waiting on the show to get fired up. Share out the link. Get as many people coming on watching as we possibly can. For some reason, Facebook is not allowing me to simulcast on Facebook tonight, so we'll be missing our Facebook friends. I'll drop the link to the YouTube channel on the Facebook page. But share out this stream. Get as many people watching. We're talking POTAcat tonight. Great equipment that can... actually, I don't know if it's equipment or software. I'm going to learn a lot about it tonight myself, just to be honest with you. So yeah, we're going to be learning about that. This is a device that allows you to make virtually any radio remote operated. So stick around. We'll get started here in just a couple of minutes. As Matthew McConaughey says, all right. Why don't we light this candle, shall we? Good evening, everybody. Welcome to the HamShackTV studios. I'm your host, Josh, AA4WX, right here for HamShackTV Live. Hope everybody's doing well. I do know we have some severe weather in different parts of the country. Please pay attention to warnings if you are experiencing severe weather. But in the meanwhile, for the vast majority of you that are not experiencing severe weather, welcome. Glad to see you here. Tonight's episode is brought to you by Ham Radio Prep and World Radio League. Guys, Ham Radio Prep and World Radio League have been partners of HamShackTV from the very, very start. If you're looking to get your ham radio license, Ham Radio Prep is the way to go. They have great programs, tech, general, extra. They are so confident they can help you pass your next exam, whether it's tech, general, or extra. They offer a money back guarantee. See the website for details. HamRadioPrep.com. Use coupon code HamShackTV. I'm going to give you 10% off their already great prices. But maybe you're saying, Josh, I've already got my extra class license. What can they do for me? They've got so many other courses, folks. They've got the they've got an MCOM course. They have a Ham Radio Basics course. They have a satellite course. All kinds of great courses. We really appreciate and we love Ham Radio Prep, so go check them out. Any products you purchase from them, use coupon code HamShackTV. You're going to get 10% off. Also want to make mention of their sister company, World Radio League. Folks, we talk about World Radio League a lot on HamShackTV, and I mean a lot. It is a fantastic program. It is what I call the future of logging, and the future is now. Folks, you need to check this out. Say goodbye to your 1995 Windows 95 logging program. This is logging for the 21st century, for 2026. What a beautiful, beautiful program. And the greatest thing is it's free. Free to use. There is a free tier to use. They do have some great paid options in the paid tiers. And if you want to check out those paid tiers, some of those include log import. You can import your QRZ log, that kind of stuff. HamShackTV gets you 10% off their paid memberships. So check out worldradioleague.com and tell them we sent you. All right, that's enough commercials so far this evening, folks. Super chats are available down in the chat box down below. You'll see a flashing icon, or it sometimes flashes with a little dollar sign in it. If you want to support HamShackTV, throw a tip in the tip jar or something like that. You feel free to use that option, and any super chats that we get, we will read on air, guaranteed. So go check that out. We appreciate any and all support of HamShackTV. Don't forget also channel memberships. If you want to become a channel member, we've got those options at the same icon. Or if you want to gift channel memberships, that's a great way to support HamShackTV. People do the gift channel memberships all the time. Check that out down below. What channel membership gets you? Early access to videos as well as the HamShackTV emojis. So check that out. We appreciate your support. All right. I'm done blabbing. I'm blabbing too much. So you know what? Let's get some other blabbermouths in here. How about that? We've got Hillbilly Dave, Marvin, and the real and the only TO, Tortoise Overland Michael, N3F.
What's going on, peoples? Good evening.
Okay. Exactly.
What's going on?
Y'all got storms anywhere where you all are?
It's a beautiful clear skies and 85 degrees and beautiful in Minneapolis, St. Paul today.
We had that last night.
You had clear skies and sunshine last night?
No, the storms.
Oh.
we actually had a tornado touchdown in Clinton, Missouri, which is about 40 minutes north of me. So yeah, no, and then tomorrow night's supposed to be even worse.
Wow. I haven't looked at what weather is going to be coming around the corner. I'm not sure.
Springtime in the Midwest.
2 o'clock this morning, we got hammered with a lightning show. My God. And I ran upstairs and said, oop, got to unplug the antennas.
Yeah. Our radios and lightning do not mix, ever.
No, they do not. No, not well
I'm
at
glad
all.
my antennas are below every tree on my property.
but you know what? Even if an antenna is unplugged, you're not safe. Trust me.
Nope.
Dude,
Speaking from experience.
I'm just going to say this. If it's an ungrounded system, lightning looks for the shortest path to ground. If it's not grounded, it doesn't get hit. Fight me.
So
no, wrong.
Go ahead, Dave.
Unless you've got a ground radio system like a FM radio station or one of those. No, you take a direct hit on an antenna that's not connected to nothing, and you don't know about coax that's underground from an old satellite dish. It will travel to the main ground of the house. Once it comes that direction, it's coming in the house.
Yep.
Well, who's the dumbass that left the satellite dish cable buried underground?
Had no idea when I bought the house. Had no idea it was there.
You've got
And
a
the
metal detector.
And the antenna I had just set up and was getting ready. Hadn't even hooked coax to it. So I don't know where the static built up on it. And there's a tower not too far from me that I figured would have taken the strike. Oh no. So now any major storms anymore, my antenna not only gets disconnected, it gets laid down on the ground.
Oh wow.
Yeah, I'm lazy. Sorry, I've got.
Yeah, I'm not laying 65 feet down on the ground.
Yeah, exactly. I'm lazy.
Well, I've just got a ground mounted.
But I do have 3 points of ground, one off each leg, with ground rods as deep as I can get them, and then I've got all the coax coming up the hill, and then I've got a grounding at my box there, and it goes into the copper plate, or everything's connected to the copper plate. The copper plate's strapped, got a 2-inch strap on it, and that goes back to a bar that's about 8 feet in the ground. So, I mean, I've done everything I can possibly do. So I mean, it's like it is what it is. And
well,
you
could do all the grounding in the world. Most of the grounding, what it's good for, is to help for a not direct strike.
Right. Yeah.
Direct
right.
strike
Absolutely.
is I don't care how much grounding you do.
And then,
Lightning's gonna do what it's gonna do when
for sure.
it's a direct strike.
I mean, I've got a great big metal shed. I mean, it's just it's like a natural attraction almost. So I don't know how much grounding it actually has to it either. I really don't know how much that's even ever grounded anywhere, but it is what it is. So, but it's all good. So, I'm just going to start my week out, Josh. I think it's been a pretty good week. I've released several different videos on my channel. I did a quick notification yesterday, kind of a short 10-minute video about I thought was pretty exciting news for the amateur radio world, and I'll announce it here again. So if you haven't heard, the ITU Corporation, which were some engineering consultant company from Dagger, Indiana, ITU Corporation bought High Gain and Cushcraft from MFJ, Martin Jew. And so they bought a little place in Linton, Indiana, and it's a 15,000 square foot Army, like a former little Army place, armory. And they're going to turn that into a middle manufacturing plant and bring back those two brands of antennas, High Gain and Cushcraft, which is pretty exciting to the amateur radio world, and consider we lost those. And as I said in my videos, like, and you guys feel free to jump in here too, but it's like those antennas have been well known around the world. They've been used on DXpeditions. They've been used for, decades here in the amateur radio world. So, and they've been pretty good antennas overall. So, people made a lot of contacts on them. And then the other one was anything on that one before I bring up the other one? Any thoughts, Dave?
I wonder if well, I just hope they bring it back to the quality that and I know everybody's gonna say mighty fine junk. Martin had his place in the world with MFJ, but I want to see it go back to the quality High Gain and Cushcraft were before he bought them.
Yes, I absolutely agree. So that's a good point to bring up. And then the other one was I was really disappointed because I was really kind of seeking one of these potential antennas in the future, and then they went out. They basically quit the amateur radio side and they went strictly commercial, and that's Step IR out of California. They are bringing back some of their more well-known antennas for Step IR, and so they're coming back into the amateur radio world. And as I spoke with one amateur, is like, well, they kind of gave us the FU per se, for lack of better terms, by jumping ship and going right to the commercial side. Do you think they're going to be able to gain the respect and trust back to amateur radio world again? And I think they will, because they are such a good brand. They're expensive, but they're very good antennas, and people who have them really do like them a lot, and they're cool antennas. So we'll see how well they fare and if they can, do it. But as I said in my video, I don't care if you're ABR Industries, Tower Electronics, Quicksilver Radio, any of these small companies, we should be supporting them the best we can. Just because they are the backbone of amateur radio, and we depend on them for all kinds of stuff. So if we lose those, it makes our supply and demand a little more challenging, and we have to be forced to go to other countries potentially to be able to seek things. And I hate doing that. So.
Well, the one thing I'll say is I think the prices are going to go down a little bit because they're selling direct on the website now.
They are selling. They are going to be selling direct. Yes.
They didn't come out and say it. They just said commercial, but I have a feeling it had to do with military contracts.
Sure.
There's a lot of companies that when it comes to military contracts, and people can badmouth them all they want, a company does not make tons of money on that kind of situation unless they're mass producing, and then you get problems with that stuff. So they have to go into an area where they can make a living on it. Well, when they start getting into that commercial, especially if they get into military contracts, they can be told they can't sell commercially anymore to the regular consumer.
Oh, right.
If that contract is what's keeping my company alive, where I can pay my employees and feed my family and keep my company going, I'm sorry, I don't make enough money in the ham radio world, because I hate to say it, most hams are cheap bastards.
They're cheap for sure. Yes, there's no doubt.
And their antennas at that point, I mean, I'm not going to run out and spend $6,000 for a beam. but their antennas work. I mean, just flat work.
They do. They work really well, and a lot of good successful ones. And I almost bought one about a year ago, but it's like, well, it's like this. No, they're no longer in production. I don't know if I can get parts. I don't know, it won't be warranted. That sort of thing. So like, I mean, I could have bought it for a steal for a step IR antenna, but it's like $700. I mean, that's how much dirt cheap it was going to be. And I say I don't know. I just can't do it right now. I said if I known more support, I had more support, and they were around, I would do it in a heartbeat. But because of that, I couldn't.
And now they're warranty all their own antennas.
Yeah, it's just that's the cycle of things, the way it goes, right? So for sure. But that's it's been good, and I think that's good for the amateur radio world, and I'm looking forward to them coming back around. And I don't know. I'm sure that'll be a little bit later summer by the time they start getting production up, and then they get. I think they said it'd be 2 or 3 months before High Gain and Cushcraft started coming back around too. So I think that's going to be really good when they come back around. So maybe they can get into Huntsville. They might be able to get into like Hamcation next year potentially, or maybe they'll just sell just strictly through distributors and they won't go directly from the manufacturer. I'd love to see them sell directly from the manufacturer, but I don't know if they will or not. It might have to go back to Ham Radio Outlet DX Engineering.
Being investors, I'll bet you it's going to go through. Places like that.
Yeah, I'm sure they probably will. I think I don't have it in front of me, but I think it was kind of based on some investors and stuff. So,
but the one thing I'd like to see which gives me kind of hope, because there was a lot of great companies that Martin bought. Did the quality stay the same they were before he bought them? No, but he was refusing. He was not splitting up anything
right
from MFJ. And he was asking for blue sky. Right. He was asking for blue sky. Nobody was going to pay what he was asking.
He was asking for, like 80 million or something. It was some outrageous number. It was something crazy.
But the thing that gives me hope is him selling these two off. Me and Michael were talking about it. One of the things I want to see is a Maritron come back.
Oh, interesting. Yeah.
We got something going on in the back room here. I'm not quite sure what we're dealing with here.
Yeah, I'm not sure what they got going. Trying to get the camera set up, apparently.
I'm gonna give
a little early.
I'm gonna give them a second to get their situation straightened out. Hey, let's say hello to the chat tonight and see who's all out here in the chat land tonight. Let's see here. Bowling Ceiling. That's a name. KK4 DM. Good evening. We have Mike from Winton. Central California. Good to see you. We're international night. Pepe's in the house. Good morning, good evening, and good night, I guess. Whatever that is. Been using WRL for logging grid software. Easy to upload to QRZ. That's right. Chris is in the house. KD9 YSW. We are still international from Australia, VK2 or VK4 DJT. Wonder what the DJT stands for. Going to leave that one alone. We're down in Guam tonight. EOD Kaboom, KH2XX. I'm sure he was bouncing and doing his dance to the music a little while ago. Andy Callie's in the house. Good evening, Josh, brother. Good to see you, Andy. Julie's in the house. I have a feeling we might see Julie here in just a minute. Corey is here. Good evening, and one XWS. And then Eric, KD2HWD. Congratulations on the new home. Appreciate that. And by the way, with that said, we have some breaking news. I can finally say everything that was broke in the house is now fixed. That was it. Had to be dramatic about it, but everything is working now. The AC guys came today for the 4th time. The AC is working. It's actually cold down here. So
nice.
I just gave you a round of applause there, Josh.
Well, it looks like POTACat's in the house and our guest is in the house here. So
let's go ahead and
don't bring POTACat up. Bring our guest up.
We'll bring both of them up.
Bring both of them up.
We are talking POTAcat, so that definitely makes POTA relevant for sure. And we'll go ahead and bring in Casey as well. K3 SBP, the POTAcat guy. Good evening, guys. Welcome in.
Hey guys. Hey, thanks for having me.
Hey,
Howdy, everybody.
we're a little dark.
A little bit.
Enjoying a little outdoors, huh?
We're
In
on the
Florida.
back. We're on the back 40 here. We're on our lake back property because the front yard's the front and the backyard's the back, and the lake is in the back. So that's where we're at.
Nice. Very cool.
Y'all should have took some lighting lessons from me in Orlando.
But we didn't know we were doing this, Josh. So there's that.
Fair
You know,
enough.
Hey, I have one question, and y'all can play. I have one question for Vaughn and Julie. Vaughn, what was that poop emoji antenna Reliance for the win? What the hell was that?
So on
it's
on
the-
on
it's
the
the-
wait on the tortoise and hare show the other day,
Yes.
you had
Mhm.
posted up a picture of somebody showing some pack mess, pack tenna, and
Okay.
and the poop emoji was for that, and then the Reliance for the win. I'm telling you guys right now, you guys know that we're in-fed junkies, and
Pick me
but
up.
Matt from Reliance sent me a Rybakoff antenna, and it absolutely killed the day. We're talking England, Puerto Rico, Costa Rica, what was that one? Argentina,
Slovenia,
Slovenia. We talk
Texas.
killed, absolutely killed today. So there you go.
Merry
Nice.
Christmas and Happy New Year.
I
Appreciate
thought
it.
you were
awesome.
saying that Reliance antenna was the poop.
Oh no.
No, the poop
Wait,
was
it
first.
is.
Reliance antenna for the win. I was just curious. I saw it. You guys scooted out for your live stream, so I was
It's
like,
okay.
okay.
It's
Okay.
all right. It's all right.
Very
All right,
cool.
back to you guys.
We're gonna Reliance against Reliance this weekend at
Yeah.
the beach.
We're gonna do the bug out mini in-fed against the Rybakoff. What do you think?
Nice.
We're trying. I like it.
It'll be fun.
I'm applied
I
on
got
the
I got the mini bug out from Reliance, and it's a phenomenal antenna. I got his new I hate to call it stealth wire, but it's more like the more like a military grade wire, and it's pretty cool stuff. So I haven't had a
Speaking
chance.
of-
I got it all put together, but I have not had a chance to run it yet. So
Matt sent me a whole chunk, thanks to Eric, a whole 100-foot handle of their his what's that? The Kevlar wire.
Wait.
yeah, it's the Kevlar I'm talking about. That's like I said, kind of the military
Yeah,
grade.
and
It's
he
really cool
actually
stuff.
has some new one. He actually has some 22 gauge, I believe, 26 gauge. I don't remember. It's coming in, and he's going to do some testing on it. And if it works good, then I'm going to be switching out the poly stuff for the Kevlar.
Well, he
Nice.
will be at Nearfest
What's this for
in
lighting?
14 days. May 1st
Speaking of-
and 2nd and April
that better?
30th.
Is that better?
That's
There
a
you
bit
go.
spooky.
It is a bit spooky.
We're gonna hear ghost
Hey,
stories. tonight.
Speaking of, you might have 14 days before Mirfest, but or what is it? Mirfest?
Beer Fest.
Beer
It's not
Fest.
Beer Fest.
Beer
Beer
Fest. Anyways,
Fest. I'm gonna
Oh,
have
it'll
some
be
beer
Beer
fest.
Fest. Believe
But
me,
there's-
it's going to be Beer Fest.
less than 30 days away from Dayton, so we're
Yes,
excited about
sir.
that.
Yes,
All right,
sir.
guys,
We're
let's
excited
let's
about
let's let's make this part of the second hour. We got a guest here
Yeah,
this
let's
evening.
let's move.
Right.
Yeah, let's move on over
All
to
right,
Casey.
Casey.
Put me
Deal.
back
Good
on the
evening,
back
Casey, and
porch
thank you
there.
for
We're gonna
joining
run
us.
inside.
All right, I'll catch you later.
Casey,
Hey there.
K3 SBP. Good evening. Welcome in. Tell us a little bit about yourself, and let's hear about what POTAcat is.
Yeah. Hey guys. I live out here in Philadelphia. You know, dad, got 2 kids and a wife and an old house, and I got a desire to play ham radio, so I built this POTAcat. I've been licensed since about, I think, January of 24. Relatively new to the game. My favorite operating mode is CW because I talk to people all day long, you know, for work and just in life, and I don't want to talk to anyone else. So I find myself drawn to CW. Yeah, so my rigs that I kind of started with was I went with 857D after the tech prepper. Really like Gaston's work there, and I think it's interesting. Try to like make meaning out of ham radio instead of it just being like for fun. Try to think like the prepper stuff. I think a lot of us go through that, and then just really just fell in love with just kind of playing and tinkering. I built a QMX as my second radio, and
Nice.
yeah, it was fun project. Kind of squeezing it in, kind of when I could at night. It took me a couple weeks. Ended up having like a bad chip on it. I had to send it out to a guy. He fixed it for me. He's like, you kind of did a pretty poor job putting this thing together, but I learned a lot through that process. And then I wanted a little bit more of a waterfall when I played radio. So I went from the 857D to the FTDX 10, and it was a great radio. But what I found with the FTDX 10 was it still wasn't what I wanted in like remote. So
were you using the SCU LAN 10 at that time with it?
No, and it pissed me off that I had to. Right?
Yeah.
Like that was Marvin, I gotta tell you, that was like so much of my frustration was like, oh, to take this radio and to enjoy it, it's gonna cost you $300.
Yep. And then
I agree.
if you want to use the SDR control for Yaesu, that's another $100 from the Mac side to control it.
It's crazy. And
Yeah.
and for the functionality, it really frustrated me. So I did the even crazier thing. I bought a Flex radio. Right. So instead of spending $300 with the Yaesu, I just
You spent $3,000.
yeah. I've got the 8600M.
Okay. So you
it's a
really
great
spent a little
radio.
bit more than that even.
Yeah, it's a
I got the 8600, so I
Great
can understand that. Yes.
Yeah. Okay, cool. So with the 8600, I mean, it's so incredibly capable. But here's the big aha that I have. The 8600 is great, and Smart SDR is great. I mean, yeah, it's $100 for the iOS app, but it's a good app, and I bought it kind of eagerly. But then I thought, here's the kind of the big mental model for me, which was, what is a Flex? A Flex is a hell of a radio tied to a network card in a computer.
Yep.
And then I thought, well, what's this? So it's actually a pretty solid radio, and this radio has voice, right? So they pushed out a firmware with a SSB voice on it. So this is a solid radio that I could talk on, but it lacks a computer and a network card. But here I am sitting on my computer, and I have a computer and a network card right here. So my question was like, why can't I take the computer and network card and attach it to the radio and effectively have a Flex? And the difference is ultimately, like the Flex is a better radio than this, but as far as connectivity is concerned, what I've been able to do has been really fun for me.
So how did you take that little QMX and give that a network IP?
Yeah, so a lot of steps along the way. So
okay, so we'll get there. Okay.
Yeah. So I'm gonna get there for you. So I thought about like, what's my typical like, how do I play radio? Like I said, I got young kids. I've got this old house. We're doing like significant backyard work. It's just like always a project at an old house, and like trying not to be the most embarrassing house on the block. Like right now, our front yard, it's terrible. Right, I have like so much shoveling to do. Okay, so what I wanted to do was sit and play radio, but when I play radio, I don't want to like boot everything up. And think about what you have to boot up if you just want to chase POTA. I would sit with a FTDX and my phone on Polo, and then like QSY and like not QSY, sorry, just like spin the VFO and like find the spots and see if I can hear them and work them.
Right.
And I could do that, and it was just like it's just effort for all of these things, and it wasn't easy. So in my limited time, I had to like create the environment of like open up POTA.app, open up RBN, open up Smart SDR, do all this stuff and kind of play around.
You almost have to remember all the steps you have to do it almost in order for everything to operate correctly.
That's exactly it. And I'm not playing enough to do that.
Yeah.
Like and it was like I would leave myself notes like on my desk of things to do. Yeah, we got a hum coming through.
Yeah, we've been hearing that all evening. I don't know where that may be coming from.
All right. So kind of like having to like invoke this whole kind of like sorcery to be able to play radio for me. Is like what it felt like. It felt like a chore to kind of open up everything. And I looked into creating batch files and using a stream deck for stuff. And it was just like, still just like, it never gave me what I wanted. Even if I had POTAcat app up, I still had to like spin my VFO, and it was just like, I couldn't do things quickly. So the first thing I wanted to do with the Flex was, my question was, can I just populate a table that shows all the spots on POTA, and if I click one, can it just QSY my radio, like tune my radio to it?
Cool.
And the answer was yes. And then I said, oh shoot, okay, well, what else do I want? Soda. I've never chased Soda before, because like, how do you do that? You got to go onto their website, and it's a whole thing. So now I have POTA and Soda. And I was like, what about DX? And then I pulled in DX from a cluster. And then I said, what are these DXpeditions? Like Club Log? Never been to that website in my life before. I never knew about the Bouvet DXpedition. So I added that. So now I have a table that shows me all the spots that are active right now. And like, to me, that felt like monumental, because I could just see a spot, click it, and could I hear the person and talk to them? And then I added different modes. And that's where it all began. And then the next step was, okay, that's cool in a table, but show it to me on a map. Like, where the hell is Bouvet? Where is this place?
Right.
I could go like to Google
Nobody
Maps,
knows.
but I want a map of it all. And I have a NFED half wave hanging out the window in a tree. I mean, it's not ideal the way I have it set up. So I know I can't, from Philly, get too far past the Mississippi. So I don't want to look at spots and say, like, who could I QSY to? I want to look at a map, and I want to QSY to the map. So that was like the next step. How do I display a map? And I use Leaflet for the map, just to display all that information. And that became like the basis of POTAcat. And since then, it's kind of been nuts. It's been nonstop development. I've been leading for like the last 2 months. Maybe we're on week 9 or so. Since then, we've had 5,500 downloads of POTAcat, a great Discord of people sharing feature requests all the time, and so many cool features I'd love to show you guys tonight, like SSTV, CW, FT8, FT4, FT2, all of it remote to from your phone, 100% free, 100% open source. It's the thing that I've always wanted. Oh, are you running it right now?
No, I'm saying it's everything. You can have everything right here on your phone, on your iPad, on your computer. However you want to run it, you can run it right from there.
That's
it's
the
really
idea.
Cool.
Yeah, and to me, it's just like, it's solving so many problems for me. I mean, just the latest problem. So tonight I just pushed out, and I'll push out a formal release of the SSTV. How do you do SSTV? How do you get an image in? What do you do? Do you open it up in Paint, change the dimensions, save it, then open it up in SSTV? It's just a pain.
Well, what if you're running
right
on a Mac? You don't have Paint, right? So you got a whole nother program
That's right.
for that. So
yeah. So
we're about 50-50 here on the channel for Mac users versus Windows. So it's always a battle back and forth.
I just wanted something that just was simple. I wanted something that was delightful. So yesterday, I'm out, I'm mowing the lawn. I snap a photo on my phone. I set it in SSTV in like 3 seconds, and I start transmitting it. I turn off my phone. It does the whole minute 55 transmit from my desktop computer, and my radio does it all for me. So,
Nice.
Wow.
Yeah, it's like, the difference is like, I don't have to babysit it. I can send it, and then I can walk away. That was a big deal for me. Yeah, so I'd love to share my screen and kind of show you guys around. If you
Please,
absolutely,
yes.
yeah. So kind of walk us through the initial process of like how we're setting that up or what you need, because I know you were talking about like setting up a tail scale and you've got a VPN, but is a VPN really necessary for all that? So
yeah, good question. So yes and no. I'm just going to open it up real quick.
You have to use the legendary answer for ham radio. It depends.
I'm going to share my screen. Here we go. And you guys should see now this.
Yep, it's coming.
Okay, great. All right. So here I am inside of GitHub. And if anyone here is uncomfortable with GitHub, I swear it's not scary. You just have to like kind of learn your way around things. On the right-hand side, it says releases. I've released 102 versions of this thing since we started. I've just been ripping on this.
I know you're doing updates like a couple times a week, so.
Yeah, a couple times a day sometimes.
Oh, okay, sure.
Yeah. And if I click
Not all the
releases,
time.
we have this release right now. And tonight I'll probably push 1.5, which is like a fully working SSTV with some improvements. For Windows users, you just click on POTAcat setup. That's it. You click that, you download it, and you run it through the wizard. It might flag you and say, this code is unsigned. It is. I will get a sign for it at some point, like a cert, so you don't get that. They're really expensive, so I need to go to signpath.io. I already went to them. They said you don't have enough users. You got to get on more YouTube shows like this to like show that this is a legitimate application, and then they'll sign it. So this is all you do for a Windows user. For Mac users, you do have a slightly more complex route right now, but it's not terrible. You have to first just create the environment. So you're going to install Node if you don't have Node, and then you're going to git clone through terminal. Literally just copy and paste this in terminal, open up the POTAcat directory, then type in npm install and then npm start. That'll get POTAcat running for you. And then if you want to build your own installer, so you can get that DMG that does the install on your computer, it's just npm run dist mac. So I will be releasing a DMG. We'll be releasing stuff for like Linux, kind of more formal. So it's like packaged.
That was my next question. Was what Linux?
Yeah, absolutely. It works with Linux. I've got a guy who's got a Raspberry Pi 5 and a Zygu X6100 running this thing, headless too.
Ooh, nice.
Yeah, so it doesn't have to like because it works on the Flex. That I have a couple bells and whistles for the Flex alone because the Flex can do it, but all the stuff works for everybody else. This will work through HamLib. You'll see. I'll show you in just a moment. But I just want to say, like, if you run into trouble here and you're like, I can't install it, let me pay that debt because it's my fault for not having the DMG and making it easier yet. It's coming. Just go into our Discord. Discord is at potacat.com. And you click on Discord, and that'll take you right to the Discord.
It's a really great channel. There's a lot of stuff going on there. A lot of good information in that channel, too.
Yeah, thank you. Yeah. Look at that. 5,700 unique downloads. And these
I'm
are
glad to see some.
Yep, go ahead.
Glad to see somebody else programming in Node.js.
Yeah, Node's great. So it's an Electron-based app.
Yep.
And for the space nerds, all of Mission Control at NASA for the Artemis flight, Mission Control was built on Electron. So it's web front-end stuff. So this is like great, free, open source, high-quality, well-supported technologies.
So what's your backstory, Casey? Are you kind of a software engineer? Or you just
no.
What do you do?
I'm a marketer by trade, if you can believe it. But I've always
you just learned to pick this up on your own and run with this, or
yeah, I mean it's been trial by fire. You know, it's been learning a lot. I made a release yesterday for folks, and I said I was excited as SSTV, and then everyone said it doesn't work. You know, so. I was like, oh shit, that's why this release came out yesterday called the hot fix release. Literally came out like 20 minutes later. It's because I didn't add a file to it. So, I mean, I'm learning. I'm a marketer by trade. I've been in the marketing space forever, but the technology side has always been exciting for me. I was an early reader of 2600. I really love that kind of hacking space. Like the story of Kevin Mitnick was just like embedded in my brain.
Yes, he's an interesting individual. Yes.
Yeah, right.
He was around.
And like,
he's since passed, but
he passed away.
Yeah, we lost Kevin Mitnick last year.
Last year.
Yeah, it was last year. Yeah.
Yep.
Oh wow. Yep. Huh.
Anybody that was in the hacking world knows him. I mean,
right.
He was probably one of the biggest black hats until he got caught.
Well, didn't he turn it around? Didn't he initially, when he was like 12 years old or something, actually hacking into NASA?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
Yeah, that's what I thought. Yeah, he was like the initial person they kind of reached out to. And was like, oh crap, we got to lock down our systems.
Yeah, and so much of his hacking though was just social engineering, which I find exciting and interesting. Yes. You know, like that edge of it is fun. But I've always wanted to, dabble in the space, and I found, like my little weird corner in ham radio is. Tinkering, and it's fun. I struggle to get my extra. Like that's going to be hard for me to get my extra, but I really enjoy this side of it. So let me show you the software. So first, I'm going to pull up my Flex. Here's my pan adapter for the Flex. If you're kind of unfamiliar with it, here's what it looks like. and I can, run around the bands. But here I am inside of POTAcat as it just kind of launches and loads. If it's your first time through, you will have this welcome screen where you're going to choose light mode or dark mode. Most folks tend to like light mode. I think dark mode's better. That's your choice. Font size, because this is effectively a web page, right? It's rendering with like web elements. Control plus makes text larger. Control minus makes it smaller. Control 0 resets it. So we can really make it big or we can make it smaller.
Oh, sure.
Throw in your call sign and your grid square. Those are useful for tracking. Grid square, it's useful for showing like distance of spots from you. Your call sign here isn't, it's here. Next is distance. Do you want miles or kilometers? And then what's your class? The benefit of listing your class here, and I can add more classes if I've got folks in other countries that want me to add it, is that you can hide out of privileged spots. I feel frustrated when I see a DX spot on the low side of 40 meters that I can't reach because it's in the extra section. So I just hide it. I just don't even see it, and that's helpful for me.
We can solve that real fast.
I need it. I need it. I need to give
So real quick, I want to address something that someone's asking the question in the chat, and is like, he goes, I'm fluent in Node.js and relatively experienced in Electron. Is this project open to contributions? So
yeah, 100%. Yeah, it's open to contributions. It is. It's on GitHub. Listen, I think if I looked at my GitHub, I have a lot of issues that people have flagged. I'm not addressing GitHub issues just for sake of time. I'm addressing issues in the Discord. I think I'm purging all the issues tonight. I'll be kind of done wrapping them. And maybe this weekend I'll have some time to work on the Discord issues, or the GitHub issues. It's just Discord is more fun for me because there's community and there's live feedback and there's back and forth in a chat. So that's a better place for me. So if you have ideas, if you want to share things that you think I should do, I'd love to hear it. I'm very open to that in the Discord, more than on GitHub. All right, just cruising down.
That, by the way, was my son.
Oh, okay,
yeah,
cool.
because I actually think he's offering to help you do some programming.
Okay, great. Yeah, would love to see how we can help. So QRZ lookup, if you put in your QRZ username and password, it will fetch the person's name and info, which, it's nice to call someone by their first name if you can. And then add your rig. Here's a whole process to add your rig. So if you're a Flex radio, it's Flex first. I mean, I built it for me ultimately. So that's why that's here. Right? Super simple. I mean, this is my setting right now. I just called this like my Flex and boom, it's set up. That's all I had to do. But maybe for you, you have a QMX. So it's a serial cat. You're going to say it's a QMX. And you're going to work through this whole process. We use hamlib if you've got a CI-V style with ICOM, whatever the thing is for you. Or maybe you've got someone came in with an edge case of I've got an on radio and I've got it on this weird IP address with this super weird port number. It's like, okay, cool. Well, we can add that too. So all that stuff gets added in here.
Wow.
That's your base setup. And again, everything's free, open source, free. Download it, do whatever you want, fork it. But if you see on my radio right now, I'm tuned to the calling frequency for SSTV on 40 meters. And if I say, oh, look, it's Dennis, K8NEE, I click this, I just QSY'd right to his frequency and change the mode. So now I'm in lower sideband. So he's on 80 meters. I don't do well on 80 meters. I don't have a great setup for 80.
No, I was not great on 80 meters.
No. But if I switch over here to 40, QSY, I'm right there. So that alone solves a big problem for me in kind of what I set out for. And then I mentioned the map. So maybe you're the kind of person who wants to have a split view with the map. And here it is. So I'm like, oh, I probably can hear this guy. And he's on 80 meters. Nah, probably not. Okay, this one here, tune right to him, and I'll see if I can hear him. So a lot of utility for me on that. If you want instead to have that map pop out, you can just say, oh, maybe I want the map like this, right? And I want POTAcat, table view, a little bit of a different size, like over here, whatever. You lay this whole thing out. And what's really fun is when you close everything down and then reopen it, it remembers the state. So some of you all are kind of particular about your WSJTX and grid tracker and all of that stuff, having it all be on your windows. This is, this remembers that state. You can see on the Europe side, not a whole lot of activity. If we look at the spots that I'm looking at, it's actually kind of surprisingly low activity. Oh, that's because my mode is just single sideband. But if I pick up all the rest, you'll start seeing how busy the whole world is right now. And I can flick from a CW spot to an SSB spot that fast. And think about what that would have taken me on the FTDX10. First of all, I'd have to chisel my finger down to push the buttons correctly because they're so close together, and be able to tap it. So I really like that as a functionality. I typically sit on just CW and SSB. Those are the ones I'm looking at. Another thing here is maybe you want to work a station. Let's just say I want to work just 40 meters right now, and I want to work just CW. And let's just, I don't know, sort by distance. That's distance from my QTH. So we're sorting here. Can I hear Stuart? Peek over. Oh, it looks like I could probably hear Stuart. Bye. Great.
Oh, we can hear it.
Right, little 599 there. So with Stuart, I hear him. But maybe I couldn't hear him. And instead of going to the next one and saying, can I hear Thomas? Right, so I can QSY over to Thomas. Can I hear him? Instead of playing that game, here's what I do. I'm going to start here. I'm going to hit the scan button. And just like I'm in my car and I'm scanning the radio stations, every few seconds, and this is a user-determined dwell time, it's just going to scan through, and it's going to QSY to the next one, to the next one, to the next one, until I can hear one on my compromised antenna. I hit the space bar, it stops it, and then I can talk to them.
That's kind of cool.
Yeah.
Does that work with all radios or just
all radios?
Oh, that's a game changer.
Yeah, I'm happy you said that. It's a little delightful thing, I think.
Dude, that's awesome.
That is cool. I like that.
I love that you guys like it too. To me, it was like one of the first features I built out, and I was like, yes, like that solves time for me. I can run around the office and just see if I hear anyone.
Especially if you're just hunting contests. If you're not actually contesting, just hunting them. Mm-hmm. Sometimes you're spinning and spinning and spinning. I can just bring it up and start listening, and then all of a sudden I hear a station I want to get. I can hit my. That is a game changer.
Great, man. Good to hear. Yeah. Okay, couple more fun things on here. I mean, the number of settings I have on here are nuts. Before we get into settings, I want to share with you the VFO. The VFO. Huh. Check this baby out. So here's our VFO. And let me just set up my screen so I can kind of tighten things up a little bit, right? Oh, you don't want park reference numbers? Right-click it, hide them. Boom. But you don't care the name of the park that they're at? Hide it. Right? You can do whatever you want. You want to reorganize stuff? You want state in a different place? Drag it around. Make it yours that makes sense for you. So this feels a little like some good breathing room. Now, if I want to QSY over to this one, look who I'm talking to. Danny Simmons. He's at US 2184 Hard Labor Creek State Park. I can then spin the VFO if I want, and it changes behind here. You can see it changes in QSYs as I spin it. If that step's too big for you, drop the step down. So you're able to work it like that. You want to switch your mode, quick mode switch.
Oh.
And maybe you're kind of clumsy. You want to lock that VFO so it can't spin. You want to QSY? You can't because it's locked. Just click the lock button. You're unlocked.
Nice.
All right, a couple other things that I think are really exciting on this.
Real quick, before you go too far, Casey, one person asked Colin and VK, is distance and metric as well for the 95% world that use that?
Yeah. So right when you come in, distance, you can set it to kilometers.
There you go, Colin.
There you go.
Oh, see, I just told him it's only an imperial.
You can't spell.
I know.
You
All
jumped
right,
the
so
gun
with
there.
the VFO, you guys know that sometimes when you're working a station, your receive isn't good because you're in a high noise environment or your neighbors just turned on their Christmas lights or whatever. What I have programmed here are 3 web SDRs or Kiwi SDRs. So for me, I switch over to the one in Bucks.
What?
Wow.
Or I switch over to
He's
the one
got
in
his own
Pittsburgh.
receive radio now.
So even people without a license who have no radio to transmit on can run POTAcat, can set up the VFO, they can add in their stations that they want to listen to, and they can listen all they want.
Nice.
That
And
is a really cool feature.
the ease of adding these, you just go to settings and sorry, you configure them in here. We come in here and we go to web SDR, and it's that easy. I have room for
Who
3. I think 3's enough for folks. I guess someone
Yeah,
might
that's-
complain and want more.
I think so. Yeah.
I think
It'll only be the flex guys that want their 7 slices.
that's right. That's right. A couple
now.
other things that you'll see in here is S
resume
meter and
whatever, Mark.
SWR. It's pretty good. I'll tell you, some radios, I don't have it figured out yet. I have like a rig control layer that handles it. So if it doesn't work for you and you click on rig, you can go to commands and see the commands that I am intending to send to your radio. Because mine is a 84, 8600. These are the default commands. But maybe you want a custom command. You can add this in here. This custom command is going to be called like a TU Marvin. All right. And I could just say like ABC 123. And now when I look at the VFO on the dial, I have that button. If I push this button, it will send that cat command out, which could be whatever I wanted it to be. So maybe you've developed your own custom cat command to do something goofy that you always do, which is change your CW filter width quickly or something like that.
Wow, that's pretty cool. You can customize that too.
Yeah, all customizable right there. Other stuff on the VFO is in Flex. I can click up here and I can choose a profile. So like I say, I just want to jump over to 20 meters CW. Boom, I'm on 20 meter CW and I route at 14025. That's helpful for me. I like having that and this idea of profiles. Maybe I want to go to VAR AC, right? I kind of change over there and I change my mode up to DigiU. So I have a couple of these saved. But I thought, why don't I just give that into POTAcat? So right here, you just click on a profile. I chose a profile here. You know, I kind of set what I wanted, and I'm going to name this profile. And now, when I'm back here, I can just say 20 meters CW, 40 meters CW, and it takes you right there, so you can go play.
So I can create my FT8 profile, and go create my SSTV profile, and then maybe a CW profile.
Let me tell you about SSTV. I got some delightful surprises for you on that one.
Okay.
But yes, you can. Yes, you can. I've got like little bugs like.
So I mean, it's kind of like your memory bank almost.
Yes, exactly, like a memory bank. Yep. Yeah. You've got your keypad if you want to punch it in. Keypad also appears if you're on dial and you just touch that. To kind of take you there. Trying to keep that super simple for folks. You have your CW macros. Also, check this out. William, right now, if I QSY to him, he's at 25 words a minute. That's what he was spotted at on the RBN. I'm at 24. I can click up one, and now I'm synced to him. Or I could go over here and see. Let's find someone else who's maybe further away. Not one for them. Here you go. I'm 25. They're 30. Instead of hitting this button 5 times, I just hit sync. And now I took my words per minute up to theirs.
Wow.
Yeah. We've got voice macros. If you're getting a little too lazy calling CQ, record a voice macro. Then you just hit that button and it calls it for you.
Hold on. Going back to the CW. So I can, let's say if I don't know CW that well, but I want to communicate with the CW, I can actually type in my words and hit send.
That's right.
And
as a flex
No
user, we
way.
call it CWX. Right. But for anybody, this will encode into CW and send it for you on your behalf at the words per minute that you define.
That is outstanding.
Yeah. Sweet. All of these are changeable. They ship with, CQ 599, etc. If you look in the settings and you looked up CW macros, you'll see them right here. So because you entered your call sign, it'll say CQ, 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 DE, call sign, K. So that is like the RBN's preferred method, 3 CQs and 2 call signs and a K. So that, all laid out pretty simple. Again, please. I use that one a lot. Maybe just replace that one with a question mark. I send that a lot. But like right here is where you would record your voice macro. All right, so that's a lot of the initial utility.
So real quick, is that voice in like a MIDI file, a WAV file?
Yeah, it saves it locally into a WAV file.
A WAV file, okay.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. All right, so if you come over to more, let's start at the bottom. I want to be on a net, but I don't know when they are. I want to listen to shortwave broadcasts, but I don't know when and where they are. Here they are. So we have a mega Google sheet. If anyone clicks it down here, they can go to it and they can leave a comment and say, oh, add my net, whatever. As long as it's legitimate, I'll add it. And then it shows all of the nets that are live right now. So right now.
How does it know what nets are live? Based on your Google Sheet and times?
Yep, exactly.
Wow.
So here's the Google Sheet laid out. What's the name of it? What's the freak? The mode, start time, end time, and UTC. What's the language? What's their power? All that information and the nets as well, and the days of the week.
There's a Jersey Boy nets and all kinds of stuff like that, and your Ole Miss net, and you got them all in there.
I have a lot in here. Yeah, I pulled it from the N1YZ list. It's a little older of a list, but if anyone has new stuff that they want to pull in, I'd love to have it. So here we are, and we can. Let me get back to Smart SDR. Yeah, that's on 80. I don't do well on 80. How about this? The YL International. Boom. Are we on it?
Oh, God bless.
I hear a guy. So that audio just came out of the VFO instead of coming out of Smart SDR. Smart SDR would be here. So I'm able to port the audio out here directly without having to go through Smart SDR, which I think is pretty fun. So you've got your HF nets, and then you've got your shortwave broadcasts. If you're the kind of person who doesn't want to miss, like you and your buddies are on a net, you go into settings and you just type in net. And I have a, where is it? There's a way for you to add a net reminder here. So you say every Tuesday, every day, every week, on specific dates, whatever, this net happens. That net then is added to table view, and it's pinned at the top. And that gives you a sense of like that the net's live. So it would be pinned up here. You're not going to miss it. Kind of never have an excuse to miss your buddies again. So that's a fun one. Go ahead.
So real quick, as I'm thinking about this is all on your computer, but can you do pretty much all this on your phone too, or iPad? Yeah.
I'll show you. I'll show you how POTAcat or Echoat here works in just a minute.
Okay.
Okay. Next is terminal. This is for super DX users. If you don't know your terminal commands, a lot of them are here. So we can just do one real quick. So this is like the show the weather. We hit send, and you'll see I sent that out to the VE7CC terminal, and it came back with a weather report for me. So if you know what this is, it's cool for you. If you don't know what it is, that's cool too.
You have gone down the rabbit hole.
Is that our bulletin board?
I don't have any bulletin boards, but maybe we'll get Jay's 8 call in here. All right. Propagation. If I was to call CQ, this would show me reverse beacon network. And it's also going to show me PSK reporter in one place. So if I'm playing
PSK recorder right there in your app instead of having to go to the other.
That's right. And like dig around and find it. Like, why is reversebeaconnetwork.com/main.php the page? It's like so annoying. So yeah, as long as POTAcat's up, it's going to receive that data from those places. What won't work is you can't do a bunch of radio stuff and then open up POTAcat and expect to see it because you're missing the transmission of that data coming out.
Right.
So POTAcat
Yeah.
just has to be open.
Right.
And then you collect it all. But for me, like the simplicity here of put PSK reporter so I can see how far I'm getting out on FT8 and reverse beacon network on the same map. Why do I need 2 maps?
Yeah,
So
right.
One map. All right. Then we got SSTV. So this is what I've been working on the last couple days. I'm so tickled with this.
Hey, we just had 5 gifted memberships.
Yeah, we have some business to take
Go for it.
care of.
Are you
here.
kidding me?
Got to do it. Got to do it. You know what that means, y'all. Play it.
He's
Clip.
showing-
Money isn't everything. It's the only thing. And everyone has a price for the $1 million man. All right, let's.
X was 5 gifted memberships.
The
Ham
boy's
Radio
got
guy.
money because he's got a job now, and he's just spending money because he's got a job now.
Ham
takes
Radio,
after dad.
I guess. Ham Radio guy Will. Andy, you got a free membership. How about that?
Well, thank you.
James
I'm living off of free memberships right now. I keep getting one every time one expires.
James Arthur Reed, Doug KE4PLU, and Joe MeTube. I kind of like that one, Joe MeTube. Congratulations, guys! Y'all have access to the HamShackTV emojis as well as early releases, early access to video releases. All right,
Thank you, Nathan.
thank you. Back to the show.
Thank you, Casey.
All right, cool. So this is what I've built out for SSTV. And the fun of this for me is in the simplicity of it. I like SSTV. I think it's a goofy thing to play with, but I really dislike that app. MMSSTV.
It's a lot of fun. I love SSTV myself.
It is.
I do too.
It's like it's the memes.
Yeah, exactly.
It's exactly what it is. Yeah.
And you got
Wait,
this
so
guy.
this does SSTV without all the other weird trash that you have to try to figure out.
That's right. Because I already have rig
Nice.
control, and then all we had to do was encode and decode. My Martin 1 decoder, the M1 decoder, is at the same level, I would say, as MMSSTV, and the other ones are really, really close. There's like some minor improvements, and you're just going to see like a little wobble in the image, but like I'm talking minimal edges are like a little wobbly, and that's it. So I think certainly acceptable for most of the stuff that we do. And I think it'll only get better. So here's mine. Let me just show you how to like lay out your own template. You just click and drag. First, you hit random until you find a background that you like. And then you just change this. You say, it's this one. I want to move this font size up to 45, let's say. Cool. Ayo, CQ, SSTV. You change your colors as you feel fit. Whatever you want to do to make this thing yours. And then when you're all good with it, you just hit the transmit button, and it has a countdown timer for a minute 55, which runs this strip right here, and you know how long it's going to take. And then it just sits and passively decodes. This is what I'm super excited about. So let's assume we get some good adoption of POTAcat. There's a POTAcat setting now that has SSTV right here. Auto SSTV on idle. So when you're idle, let's say you're idle, you leave your shack, but your computer's on, POTACat's running. After 90 minutes, it just flicks open SSTV, and it just sits there. And then when you in your grid square get into like 40 meter time, it's going to switch you from the 20 meter calling frequency to the 40 meter calling frequency. And it's just going to sit there all night long. And then in the morning, it'll switch back. And then it'll switch back. And it just hangs out and decodes for you. And then you start collecting all your weird images. So,
Cool.
I think it's delightful. I'm super excited about this part.
That's really cool.
That is, yeah.
And, you can choose your own photo.
Well, that didn't last long.
The boy ain't right.
That didn't
doing
last
it.
long.
That apple did not fall far from the tree.
That boy ain't right.
Y'all are going to tell me about this relation here in a second. I can't. I'll play part of that clip. Why not?
Here comes the money. Here we go. Money talk.
Here comes the money. Money, money,
And I have to cut it off right there because I will get a slap from YouTube if I let it play any further. X was with the 50 spot. Big time money tonight. Good luck on the giveaway. If y'all missed it in the chat, I just announced $50 or more in super chats or 20 more gifted channel memberships. I'm going to do a giveaway. So I will do a giveaway tonight.
Craft cakes too?
No. It's going to have to be a lot more super chats than that. So XYZ, appreciate that. You just ascended on the leaderboard.
We're gonna give you some free software called POTAcat.
Yeah.
I got a good deal on it tonight.
Well, the funny thing is, that's who wants to help you with programming.
Okay.
Yes.
Anyway, back to the show.
Funny.
We'll
Right,
talk
sorry,
about
Casey.
giving away here in a minute.
All good. All good. All right. So I can sit here and just kind of passively pull in decodes. You can choose a photo if you want. For our Flex users, I got a multi-mode. It needs a lot of work, but you can add another slice. So I could choose my DAX RX2 right there, and I could call that slice B, and slice B can monitor that. And I can
Will that
start
work on
monitoring-
like loopback or VB cable possibly if you're on the Mac side?
Hmm.
Will that pull in your audio sources on the Mac?
Probably, and if it doesn't, let me know, and we can figure out a way to add it.
All right,
I haven't tested it.
I'll play with it this weekend. Some.
Yeah. So like right now, I'm monitoring both 20 meter and 40 meter calling frequency for SSTV. So we'll see if something comes through. It's this Flex stuff is a little bit different. It's just for a smaller group of folks. But if I get more Flex users to nerd out with me on it, it'd be pretty exciting. I mean, right now, just as you look, like something's a little goofy going on with the waterfall here.
Man, if I could afford a Flex, I would have probably already had one.
You can't on Michael money. You got it. Don't worry.
It's a fun
Have you ever thought about adding virtual ports for like third-party software?
Yeah. I mean, some folks use what, COM2COM or COM0COM?
Yes.
Like port mirroring and that kind of stuff.
Well, yeah, and I had to actually COM on Windows 11.
Is that how you say it? Okay.
Doesn't work very well. Doesn't play nice. So I found a different software. But there's also softwares for Linux for that. And there's a lot of people who got software that this looks great for cat control and everything else. But like there's other logging software that I can bring in through a virtual port.
Okay, let's talk about logging real quick. So logging is a great point. If you come into settings and you go into logging and you enable QSO logging, a couple things that you'll see. One is like on table view, you'll see a log down here at the bottom. So you can do a quick log of a contact. You can also Control L to log someone. You can do comma separated logs. If I typed in someone like, just me, you'll see that
W0MET.
Say again?
W0MET if you need another call sign. That's fine.
W0.
Mike Echo Tango.
MET.
Great. There's Marvin. So we can add 2 call signs in here if we wanted to. We can say it was a POTA, and we could even say it was a US 1234 and US 21123, let's say. Now, I say I had a 5.9 for both of them. I'm good. It's going to pull my default power setting that I've established. If it's a 5.9, I can leave a note for myself if I want. Then it's going to respot to the POTA network with the RST that was received with my call sign, and it's going to create for me 4 total records in my logbook. Does that make sense why it's 4?
Mm-hmm.
All right. Yep. Now my logbook, I do have a full logbook here. So here's what like the POTAcat logbook looks like. Full ADIF file. You can see the logbook here and say, oh, actually, this was a wrong one. Let me fix that metric, whatever it is. It'll save it. And then you have this. You can then send this automatically to QRZ if you're a paying subscriber of QRZ, if you pay that XML upload, and it will sync automatically there. But then you say, like, Casey, I want to add it to my logbook. Cool. Scroll down just a touch and choose send a logbook. And welcome to the world of logbooks. What do you want to send to? We've got,
And look at that. World Radio League is in there. We just need that. We just need that, like they're like a, you just need to do like an IP address with
yep,
like the host with the port, right?
Yep, that's it. Yeah, the only difference with a lot of these are just like that. The difference is the packets that they send. So it's a little bit different, but they all run pretty much on the same infrastructure of UDP port sending.
So Andy, this is what I was talking about earlier this week, is we're taking something like this and we can get, if we can figure out what the port that I guess you guys are using, we can take any logger like this and send that to World Radio League.
So Casey, I'm guessing you've got it configured like WSJTX to send across to World Radio League. Is that right?
Yes, exactly.
Okay, so what you would do on the World Radio League side then is, it's the port's configurable. So the port's configurable on both ends. So that part's easy. So then in that case, you just, you just make sure your port's matching and pick the WSJTX integration and it'll push it right through. That is awesome, Casey. I'm so excited to see that.
Oh, so you're just saying go over to the WSJTX within your app and just put the port 1100 as he put in there, for example, and then it should auto import into World Radio League.
2237.
Or well, 2237, yeah.
Yeah,
That's
yeah.
what I
However, whatever port you configure, it's configurable on both ends. So, yeah, it's perfect. That is.
Or
that
if
is
you can
incredible,
can you
Casey.
create another separate one that's separate from WSJTX, so you could have like one for logging and one to WSJTX?
That's
Sorry,
why I
Casey,
was looking for virtual ports.
You're asking me. Sorry.
No, I was kind of asking Andy, and
Honestly, I mean, if you're trying to come from, are you saying from POTAcat to both?
to World Radio League, yes.
And also to WSJTX at the same time?
Well, I'm just saying, in case you want to, and let's say I'm just using World Radio League for something else, but I'm using POTAcat at another time, so I don't have to keep switching ports back and forth. You have an alternative option.
Oh, I see what you're saying. Well, Casey, can you configure port 2237 here in POTAcat?
Sure.
Yeah, so then you can just use the same port on either WSJTX or POTAcat, depending on which one you're running.
Okay,
Yeah.
fair enough. I was thinking you had to have separate. Okay.
Yeah.
There's also kind of something worth knowing. There is a POTAcat set. There's a WSJTX setting, and if you turn this WSJTX setting on, what will happen is the radio will stop sending cat commands and instead send UDP packets, presumably to WSJTX, so WSJTX can cat control your radio.
Yeah, see, that's why I was looking for serial ports, because of World Radio League, and also what I actually use for cat control for my radio, because I actually use one for Yaesu.
Okay. And if I don't support it here, pretty simple for us to add it. I mean, I was just talking to the Hammers folks today, asking for them to kind of persist some data in their logs for us, because we were getting some errors. So
I'll jump in. I'll jump in the Discord, and
okay, cool.
It to be able to work through Win for Yaesu, you really need the virtual ports to go through the ports instead of going through IP address and
sure,
and the
hosted port.
It's more of the serial bus ports than it is the hosted ports.
Yeah, I mean, everything really is working just on through the IP address and a port. Wavelog's your only goofy one.
Right. Well, then you're a Flex user, and that's how Flex works. So you built towards that.
Yeah, exactly.
I actually helped Andy and them figure out how to get it working with World Radio League.
Oh,
so
cool.
I'll jump in. I'll jump in and the Discord, and I'll reach out to you there instead of tying up the show with it.
Yeah, great, awesome. All right, two other big features here I want to show you. So nothing came in yet. I was hoping that maybe we'd get something here. Oh, I switched to the wrong frequency. If we got anything, looks like something's maybe not. All right. In POTAcat at large, if we open up JTCat, here we are on FT8.
Ooh, nice.
So give it a full cycle. You got your countdown up here, 10 seconds left on it. I can
Wow,
choose.
that's a fast waterfall.
Yeah, I can choose where I want to transmit. There's some UI stuff that I can work on it. But let's see our decode.
Dave's hypnotized.
There you So our decode has a couple things that are unique. One of which is the information on the right-hand side. So C means that it's a new call. You haven't worked them before. So they're not in your POTAcat log.
So you don't have to have a catalog of colors to figure out who's who.
Honestly,
That's
man,
nice.
I struggle with colors. I have like acute color blindness, and I just look at that color stuff on WSJTX, and I don't know what it means. Like, it is not clear to me.
You and
Yeah,
so many others.
Yeah, okay.
Because you got to go into the settings, go back to the tab where the colors are to figure out what they are.
Right, give me a cheat
Yes.
sheet or something. Yeah. So this says it's a new call. G means it's a new grid. D means it's a new DX entity. And then you can see who's working who right now. I don't know how well that's
That
showing up
makes
for you,
sense.
but you're seeing, who's sending to who.
Now, well, I mean, if you've already run JT8 on and have a bunch of logs, you can import your older logs onto there, and it'll auto populate. Okay.
So I've
cool.
built kind of like one log book to rule them all, and it can ingest anything that you give it. It can ingest stuff from all the different log books. It can ingest it from World Radio League, QRZ, whatever. Just dump everything into POTAcat, and then POTAcat knows, and it can tell you who's someone that they've seen before, not we've seen before, not seen before, whatever, for you to chase them. So I just think this is fun to see all this. If you want to switch over to 40, you just click 40. I just QSY'd over, and it'll count down as well. Drop down here for FT4, FT2. I'm using the FT8 lib for this, and it's a nice decoder. I have a backup decoder for Macs and Linux, which is a WASM decoder, which is okay. It's not as good. So always room for improvement, but it certainly works. And
now, will it do JT too?
It does. It does FT2. Yep.
Or FT2. Sorry.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and I think there's FT2 and FT4 are very similar to each other, and they're quite different than FT8. So FT8 is kind of its own beast, and then FT4 and 2 kind of work similarly. So yes, it does work for it. Yeah, absolutely.
Nice.
Well, because FT2 and FT4 are actually derivatives of MFSK.
Right.
They are sub modes of MFSK. Andy knows all about that because everybody was screaming at World Radio League about MFSK.
Oh, yeah.
Indeed.
Okay, Flex users, rejoice. We have a multi-button. I can say that I want to do 20 meter, 40 meter, and 15 meter. And now I've got a triple slice going. Waterfall's not working right now, but it's going to show you 3 separate waterfalls on the bottom. And then it's going to show everything all in one multi-slice decoding platform. So fun for us to be able to chase whatever you want to chase. So here's all the 20 stuff. And, over time it would pull in 40 and 15.
Yeah, but I wouldn't be able to do that with my radio.
No. Okay. It is.
That's a flex. That's a flex deal or a non-deal where you do the slices.
Yes, right. Exactly. Right. It's a flex deal for sure. That's how I have it set up. I don't know if it would work on a non or not.
It will, because the Thetis actually was built for a non before flex.
Okay. Yeah, I guess how I leverage slices. I have nothing else that leverages multi-slice for them. So the functionality is there, but the way that we communicate with Thetis, they use WebSocket. So I don't know if this would work out of the box right now. I need someone to test it. But for Thetis folks,
you know who you could probably get to test. He's been helping you test already. Don has an anon.
Yeah, okay. Don's a killer. Don is everywhere. Don's a funny guy. Don is like the most helpful guy who just seems to be everywhere.
Oh, he is definitely everywhere, and Don's a good guy. But yeah, he's got an anon, so you might want to reach out to him if you want to do some testing with anon.
Okay, cool. Great. Inside of POTAcat, under I just looked up Thetis or Thetis, you can push pan adapter spots. So I can push it to the Smart SDR pan adapter or Thetis TCI pan adapter. And that looks like these. So all these call signs on my Flex, I can one-click QSY to them because I push them through. Also on my Flex, because I have the Maestro unit, if I show the waterfall on that, I can touch a call sign on that waterfall. It'll QSY as well. So you get that added benefit. But I don't do that anymore. I just use my computer. I don't touch the radio.
Yeah.
Right.
So you didn't need to spend that extra money for a Maestro then.
I didn't, man. I didn't. I was kicking myself too about it. I was like, I should not get this one with the Maestro on it. I should get a standalone Maestro. But then there was more money, and I was just like, what the hell? But it would have been a good deal because then I could have sold it, right? Just the Maestro unit. So that's a lot of it. And now I want to go to like kind of like the thing I'm super excited about on top of all of this stuff, which is EchoCat. So again, here's the question. If I have a radio, and again, almost all of this stuff works on the QMX. Now, the Flex is a better radio, but you could run this stuff on the QMX or whatever radio you have, old radios, new radios. I've got folks on old Kenwoods doing this. I've got folks on the Zebit X, kind of across the board on all these different rigs. All right. So here's the question. I'm holding in my hand the remote control for my speakers from my computer. This is a remote control. It's not smart. It just sends a command that says, hey, speaker, do something. But it's not doing something in and of itself. So I thought, well, couldn't my phone just send a command to the radio to do something? And the answer is yes. The way I have set it up is through WebRTC. So establishing a WebRTC server and then going to a certain web page on your phone. So the only nerd thing you have to do after you get your rig set up and you choose the spots that you want to look at any given time or whatever, the only other nerd thing you have to do is you got to install a VPN. So the question earlier is like, do you have to have a VPN? It's like, if you're inside your home on your home network, no. If you only want to use your phone to do EchoCat at home, don't need a VPN. Otherwise, you have to have a VPN. All it is you go to tailscale.com, you download it, install it on your phone, install it on your computer. It's free. You turn it on, and that's it. Like, there's no settings to touch.
Mm-hmm.
And then once you're on, effectively, my phone can have a direct connection to my Shack computer when I'm anywhere in the world on any Wi-Fi network or cellular network. My phone has a encrypted connection to my desktop computer. That's the only thing that it provides. Once that's on, go ahead.
There's a few questions here. One of them I want to go ahead and touch because it's directly related. X was asked, why VPN? Why not use a port forward?
Can I touch that one?
Yeah, sure. I'm not touching the port. Go ahead.
Because when you open up ports, you are opening up access into your network.
That's right.
Just because you open that port for that one program, a good Black Cat will get through that port and get anywhere in your network he wants to go.
Yep.
A VPN stops you from having to open those ports up.
That's a great answer. Great answer.
That's ultimately it. Like, I wanted it to be stupid easy for everyone.
Right. Let me hit a couple others here. A couple have been waiting a while on theirs.
Sure.
From Spain, I'm assuming Spain with the EA call. EA1 HET. Do you have any plans for implementing improved clusters in the future? And while you're answering that, Jonathan Kane asks, is there any plans to add other spots like soda to POTAcat?
What's up, Jonathan?
Hey,
He
Jonathan.
cut a bit, and I didn't follow up with you, Jonathan. I'm sorry. I owe you a reply on the ICOM 7300 for you. We had some issues with you before in Linux, and I didn't have a solution at the time. I think I have a solution for you now, so I owe you a follow-up. As far as spots are concerned, if we look here, we have a ton of spots. You have your POTA spots, your SOTA spots, WWFF, LOTA, and then your DX clusters. Is there a node that you want? These are kind of the known nodes that I could find for DX clusters. And then maybe you have a custom node that you want to add in. You are welcome to do that as well. right here. With all that information. So if that doesn't solve it for you and there's more that you need, let me know. I've also allowed you to hide beacon stations because they're kind of annoying. And then if you want, you can have the DX command bar below the spot table. So down here where the logger is, if you want that logger there, cool. If you don't want it, hide it. And you can put on like your DX spot terminal. Let me know if I missed anything on that.
I think it pretty much covered it.
Cool. This is one thing I didn't show you guys. If you're a CW user, I'm in CW Ops. It's like I just want to track CW Ops folks. I don't care about Straight Key Century Club, but maybe you're a Straight Key Century Club person and you want to track those people. So when a CW spot shows, you can see in just a second, they're populating. So here's someone in Italy and he is a CW Ops member. So I can go work him and, maybe look him up and have, kind of that brethren relationship that you have with other people in your group. Maybe there's a CW max speed. You don't want to hang out with those guys in Japan at parks who are ripping 40 words per minute on CW. How are they doing that? I don't know. But like maybe you just don't even want to see it anymore because you're just not there. You just limit your max CW speed. You got a bunch of other, QRQ crew. If you want to follow those guys, whatever you want, that's available for you. All right, let me get into this.
A lot of settings.
Go ahead.
That's a lot of settings.
It's a lot of settings. Yeah, it's been a lot of requests. But let me show you Echoat because this is the jam right now. So Echoat is not an application. Echoat is not. I go to the App Store and I download it. Echoat is I go to Settings. I turn on Echoat right here. And then it says, this is the URL. I go to that on my phone. That's all I do. You hit the copy button next to it.
That's all that is.
That's all that is. And here's what it looks like. Pretend for a moment that this is my phone or this is your iPad. If it's my phone, it's probably looking a bit like this, right? It's kind of the dimensions of a phone. Let me shorten it just a touch. Okay. It says, welcome to Echoat. All right, don't show this message again. Great. Boom, now I'm here. This is my phone. Remember, this is my phone while I'm in line getting groceries at Trader Joe's.
That is
okay. And I say, all right, I got a few minutes before I get in, before it's my turn, or I'm in the pickup line for my kids at school. They got a woman, Mallory. She's in our Discord. She says, I'm in the pickup line for my kids and I'm chasing POTA. So here's what you do. You tap to connect, grabs the microphone, tap again. Now you're in. You hear it. This is me on my phone, and I say, let's see how John is. QS wide. My latency right now is 2 milliseconds, 3 milliseconds. My average latency is about 30 to 60 milliseconds when I'm outside the house. So I can kind of hear someone, not great. Kind of. Yeah, not great for me. Okay, but let's say I hear someone, I want to talk to them. PTT, I'm talking to them from my phone, from my AirPods, from my headphones, whatever I want to do, I'm talking to them. So that works great. If you're talking to that person and then you want to log them, hit the L, save it as a log. The log then saves to your logbook in POTAcat, which then can relay it out to World Radio League or to AC log or whatever you want, all from your phone.
This is stupid genius.
Cool.
All right, a couple other fun ones. Map. Map view still there. One click QSY for the map. Next one, straight log if you want to log. Access to your whole logbook. If you want to activate, you can do it. Some people do this. Like they'll take their radio. Listen, I don't think this is a great logger to take out and do a POTA activation, but you could if you wanted to. So that's all built here. Some folks actually take their shack computer, like a laptop, out to the field with them, and they're activating. So that works. Full FT8, FT4, FT2 right here from your phone. So no more going into remote desktop to log into your computer at home, and to zoom in, to double click WSJTX, to zoom out, to zoom back to the right place, to go play. It's all right there for you.
See, Casey, the way you use this for a POTA activation is you park your mobile shack in the parking lot, and then you hike back off into the woods
There you go.
and use your phone.
That's it.
That is so cool.
That's a great way, Andy.
That is really awesome.
So we can see
Assuming you have
here.
cell service.
Yeah, well, with the new satellite cell services they have, it's getting easier
That's
and
true.
easier. So,
All right, so then we've got sort by DB. If you want to sort by strength, who's closest to you. Who's the strongest for you, and then you can also do your CQs and 73s. Just so you see the folks wrapping up or who are available. You can do a multi. You can also clear it. So that's your FT8. Then it's your directory. I was out doing lawn, stuff, and I was like, "Is there a net I could listen to?" I came to directory. Boom! I QSY'd to a net with my AirPods in, and I got to listen to a net. And if I wanted to talk, if my audio was connected, I can hear them now, and I can PTT and talk right to them and have a conversation. Again, on a QMX. All right.
Wow.
Also here, maybe you can't hear them too well. If I hit Bucks, that goes back to my web SDR. So maybe that web SDR can hear it better than I can. And if I want to switch that one, I can come into the settings and say, I want it to be the Pittsburgh one. So now it says Pitts. And I can try the Pittsburgh SDR instead of, my local antenna or whatever. Maybe my antenna fell over, whatever, and I still want to listen. I can't transmit during that, but I can listen. All right, and then the last, SSTV. When you open up SSTV, SSTV is going to then open up POTAcat SSTV at home. So you see that open. Here's me on my phone. Just imagine hitting photo with your finger, choosing a photo that you want, laying it all out. I mean, I did it yesterday with my lawnmower on it. It was so stupid and fun.
that's so cool.
And then you just hit send and you walk away. And you close the screen because it's not sending from your phone. Your phone is merely a remote control for POTAcat that sends it on your behalf. So that's a lot of what's going on. Is there much else to show you on here? Oh, yeah, I've got one more thing I'll show you, and then I'll be done. Thanks for letting me nerd out, guys.
Oh, no, this has been great. We've really enjoyed this as well. Thank you for, like I said, we both kind of slept on tonight being the night you're supposed to join, and I sent you information last minute, so I appreciate you coming in and joining and being able to be flexible tonight. So,
all right, so I want to show you.
This has been really great.
I want to show you this guy. This guy is like the coolest guy. Dean KQ4ADJ. So with Dean, I just posted in the Discord, and I just said hey, does anyone I've got this crazy idea, and anyone a 3D CAD modeler? And Dean's like, yeah, I am. I was like, okay, well, let's see. Let's see if you actually can or not. Here's my idea. All right, so hear me out, guys. If you can see my video here, it's off. I've got a Enrico B01 speaker mic. I don't know if you guys have seen these before. The kind of run-of-the-mill charging dock. Is it USB-C?
Like a little Bluetooth.
Yeah. With a USB-C side mount on it. Feels good in the hand, but it sends a command that we can't use. So one of the members of the Discord sent me a note and said, can we use this with POTAcat? And I was like, if you send it to me, I'll do what I can. So I pulled out my Raspberry Pi and I sniffed the Bluetooth commands, and we can't. Apple doesn't allow us to use those commands unless you have a native app. I'm not in the mood to build an app. So my thought's what do we do? And then I'm thinking, well, what is a speaker mic? So I found here the teardown on
you have to go back to
SSTV
share your screen,
report.
I think.
Say again?
You want to share your screen again?
Yeah, it's up. I think you guys got to switch on your side.
There you go.
Cool.
There you go.
So here's FCC report, shows that speaker mic and shows the teardown. And look at the teardown. It's a really nice battery. And then inside of it is a pretty naked board. And there's a chip on it. And I zoomed in on the chip here, right? Checked it out. It's just a Bluetooth chip. There's nothing fancy to it. So that got me thinking. And I'm thinking, well, I know the Seed Studios chip here is a pretty capable chip.
Funny you mentioned Seed Studios. We know a guy.
Yeah. Okay. So the ESP32S3 sense this chip right here. I hate that animation. All right, so here it is. So it's that base chip of the ESP32S3, and the sense module sits on top of it. If you can see my camera view at all, I mean, it's super tiny, that sense module.
Yeah.
But on the sense module right here is a microphone. This little thing is a I2C microphone. And then you just pull the camera off. You pull this little thing up and the camera ribbon slides out. And now you've got this little unit. And I thought, well, shoot. The ESP32 is Bluetooth and Wi-Fi. And it has an onboard microphone. So what do I need? I need a power source, I need a button, and I need a battery. So I've been working and I programmed it. Now I have a proof of concept, on this breakout board, breadboard, and it works. And with the help of this guy, Dean, and I laid out all my parts and kind of like how I would kind of want it to go and like where everything goes. Long story short, he laid out a full speaker mic. I 3D printed it. I'm kind of an idiot with a 3D printer, so I printed more spaghetti than anything else. But we got pretty close today. Like, here's some of the spaghetti. We got pretty close today to a great initial build for everything. I had to add an amplifier in for the speaker, and he's laid all this stuff out for me. He's just been awesome. And I have all the wiring all kind of defined. So the plan is to have a speaker mic. And think of what the speaker mic's going to do. Here's our speaker mic, if you can see my video. It's just our 3D print of it. And I have one here. I've got so many of them. Here's one with like the Shao board tucked into it. So this isn't the right fit yet. Hopefully the one that I printed today was. So this, I'm going to tie everything together, speaker, PTT. Then you're going to clip this on yourself. What do you want to do to it? You want to pick this up and you want to chase POTA from your car? You want to pick this up and you want to go like talk to a net? It's all right here.
That is epic.
And because it's going to connect via Bluetooth to your phone?
That's right. It connects via Bluetooth to your phone. So for Apple,
get out of here.
You have to use Bluefy. Bluefy is your web browser. It's a web browser that provides Bluetooth, like a Bluetooth interface effectively, then can pass it on for you. All right. So one more nerd part on this. On your phone, so here's my phone, if you can see my video, there's an accessibility option, which is a double tap. So you just go to settings and hit double tap. I double tap the back of my phone, Bluefy opens, and I'm on Echoat. So it's that fast.
Get out of
That's
here.
how I log in. And that's me in light mode, just like that. So simple to use. And then what you'll do is you'll just click on settings and head down to speaker mic, turn it on, connect. And then you're just going to be able to push the talk and talk. It'll have a speaker on it, the whole shebang. It won't have headphone mounts right now because it's like a whole other board. So maybe I'll get there at some point. But like you can build your own speaker mic in the color that you want with your call sign on it, with the lithium ion battery. I've got one here. Now here's the battery. It's like an $8 battery.
Like an 18650 or something.
No, this is a flat.
That's a flat pack.
Yeah,
that's a flat one. Okay, yeah.
Yep. Simple. You gotta pop the top off of it, and then got a couple speakers here. So super small 8-ohm speakers. The button stuff that we're figuring out. The buttons that Dean's recommended I get. I have them in here. They're in a drawer. But we're gonna play with it and have it, and I'm really excited because then we're gonna have our own speaker mics. Throw in a multicolor LED in it, and just like how fun that's going to be. So we're talking about really what I'm after on this whole thing, which is democratizing remote radio. We're taking the cost of all of this remote radio stuff and just dropping it. You don't have to spend $6,000 on a Flex, right? You can spend it on a QMX, get this free software, run it on your Shack computer, passively decode SSTV, whatever you want. All this stuff is just kind of there.
Send it all the World Radio League. That is so cool. I love
This
that.
is awesome. Yes, indeed.
Yeah.
Guys, I want to just stop right there real quick. Casey's developing a phenomenal product. I came across this, I don't know, probably right after a winter field day. So right in early February, and when we kind of started, playing with this a little bit and back and forth. And I haven't really had time to really dig into it a lot. But, there's a we'll let Casey go back and double check me on this, but there's a place on his webpage to go buy him a coffee and support him a little bit. And we know that software development is never free. I mean, it takes your time away from your family. It takes money to support some of that. And I mean, even though it's probably only being run on your own computer and stuff, but I mean, I'm sure there's some GitHub costs and other, development time behind it. So go help support him. Go throw him, $5, $3, whatever, a little bit here and there helps. Go buy him a coffee on his page there on POTAcat.com. Is that correct?
Yeah,
Casey?
POTAcat.com. Yeah.
And just help continue to support developers and innovators like this. I mean, I don't think there's 30 of you I see watching right now. I don't think there's one of you tonight that are afraid to throw $2 or $3 or $5 or $10 his way. I mean, I think all of you have to be amazed by everything that he's developing and how cool this software is. It's just I think this is incredible. So I mean, really just a lot of ingenuity, a lot of creativity about it, and really simplifying this remote operation. So.
And everybody, Colin's already dropped the link into the chat for you.
There you go. Thank you, Colin. Appreciate the
appreciate doing that, Colin.
Yeah, appreciate it. I got a KX2 fund I'm trying to find.
So
it's development. You got to figure out how to work it into the radio.
Got to work on the KX2.
I kicked myself in the butt because I could have had a KX2 that had everything in it for $800 back in November.
That's rough, man.
Wow. Not to do you do much CW, Casey?
Yeah, for the last 2 months I haven't done much, but I'm in the CW Innovations course right now.
Yeah. Okay. Awesome. If you're into CW activations, take a look at the KH1. It's another great one by Ellicraft. Just broadening your horizon.
Yeah, that's my only other radio. I have 3 radios. KH1 is my other one.
Oh, you have a KH1?
Yeah, I love the KH1.
It's an awesome radio. It's my favorite.
I love the KH1, but I think
it's so incredible.
I find it. I don't know. The way I activate, having the whip out, is just not the thing for me. And if I'm gonna throw a wire, I think I want.
Yeah.
I think I just want the KX2.
Gotcha.
So I think I'm gonna sell the KH1 and get the KX2.
Oh, that's sad. No, I'm kidding.
Is it?
I totally understand.
Yeah. I don't know. We've got just a couple parks near us.
Very much personal preference. I had somebody loan me a KX2, and I tried it at the same time I got a KH1. I tried the KX2, and I just found myself just I was like, man, this KX2 is awesome. And then I'd go back to the KH1, and it was just like, oh man, I can't get over that radio.
Yeah, I hear you. Yeah, I do like it. It's a joy to use. And maybe I just want something that's different. You know what I mean?
Absolutely. Oh no.
So,
to each their own, really. I mean, it's true.
So Casey, somebody brought something up in the chat that made me think about this. What about rotor control?
Nah, that's one of the things Don's been working with him on.
Yeah, sure. Throw up the desktop. I'll show you real quick. So if we just go into settings and we type in bearing,
you can do a TCP IP address with it.
Yeah. So first you're going to show the beam heading, and then you turn on rotor control, and then when do you want to spin? Every time you QSY, or only when you manually click? And then it's a host and a port. You save it. Here's your heading. And if I was to click this and I was connected to PST rotator, it would spin right to it.
Okay, because I use Green Heron, so I've got I think it would probably work even on the Green Heron without having to have an app on it. But
yeah, let me know how it works, if it works any different. I haven't used that, but PST rotators.
I'll figure that out. Yeah.
So I mean, like the functionality is all there. If it's just me sending an extra command, I mean it doesn't take long for me to add that kind of stuff.
Yeah, because I know Don loves that rotator control.
Yeah.
Well, Don, if you're listening, let's see if we can make sure you figure out how to make Green Heron work on this. So
yeah,
I haven't seen him in the chat tonight. He's probably over on Coffee and Ham Radio.
He just doesn't know where the happening place to be
right
is.
Here on HamShackTV tonight. Yes.
Other things that are happening in here too, if you peek, I have cloud. So this is a cloud service. So anyone who donates on Buy Me a Coffee, they get access to the cloud service. And because I have your whole log file, I'm able then to give you embeddable widgets. So an example of an embeddable widget is like this one, which is just going to show what is it, W4DAN? WD4DAN. He's got
that's
his
Dan. Yep, that's
Dan.
Dan.
Yep.
Yeah, so Dan
WD4DAN.
he's got his POTA widgets. I've got POTAcat widgets. They're just a little bit, I'm not trying to take his business here, but we've got them for like band mode, recent POTA spots, whatever. And then you just embed that, copy the code, embed it onto your QRZ page if you want. And they're all editable. You can do fun stuff by like changing the display size and the theme color and that kind of thing.
Just really quickly here. Sorry, guys. I got a drop. I just want to throw out there real quickly that I know, Marvin, you mentioned this in the Discord, and I'm sorry, just a quick aside here, but it's kind of a little bit time sensitive. There was an issue with the latest World Radio League app update. We're aware of it, and we will have it fixed out by tomorrow afternoon if anybody's concerned about that. So it's nothing critical on the back end data wise. It's just a little front end glitch in the app. So just wanted to let you know that, and I got a dip. Casey,
right, Andy, I sent you a message on that. I also put a bug report in for it. So.
Okay, thanks, Marvin. Casey,
is that why I've been having the problems? Is that why I've been having problems connect?
Not connecting, just updating.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's just the mobile app. Just the mobile app is all.
Just the mobile app. Yeah.
Yeah. Great seeing everybody. Have a great rest of your week, and we'll see you next Thursday. Casey, looking for reach out anytime. I would love to deepen this WRL POTAcat integration. So
great.
Reach out anytime, and we can talk about it.
Cool, man. Thank you.
Yeah, absolutely.
Nice, Andy. Good to see you.
Hey, Terry, all this one guy in World Radio League can't get cat control in their desktop app.
Oh, shots fired.
That's better than what Dave said earlier.
I didn't catch what Dave said.
What did I say earlier?
You retracted your own message.
Oh, that's because I can't type, and cat control, because they pulled the cat control off what he was doing and had him doing something else.
I've got just a couple other small things here, guys. One is this
sorry.
remote launcher. So this remote launcher is the ability to launch POTAcat remotely. It is like a daemon that loads when you start your computer. And if I was to go to this URL, I could like start POTAcat remote. So here's the problem. I am out. I want to go chase parks. But I forgot to start the app. So here I am on my launcher, and I can restart POTAcat here, or I can start it. So if something happens and you want like control, you can do that. So that solved the problem for me. I wanted to play radio, and I was really upset with myself that I didn't open up the app. So I wrote a launcher, and then that just kind of persists and always runs. Another thing is club station mode. If you've got a club station and you want to share one of your rigs, you hit create new here. And what this is going to do is it's going to create a text file. In that text file, it's going to lay it all out for you. But it's call sign, their password, their class, like their licensing class, the radius that they're permitted to use, and the times that they're permitted to use them. Then those people can effectively go to the Echoat login page from their laptop, from their phone, from their tablet, and they can log in and they can play radio right from there. So that's a way for clubs to be able to monitor that. And then I'll say last thing here is remote CW keyer. Super excited about this. So if you've got a V-band, a Veil, a tiny MIDI from N6ARA, any of these CW keys that work with MIDI or as keyboard emulators, you can roll that onto POTAcat and Echoat. So I can key my key into my radio through POTAcat. Also, I can attach one of these USB interface devices to my phone, and I can have a paddle on my phone, and I can work POTA on my phone sitting in the checkout line at Trader Joe's.
So have you heard of Linovation? Like the control dial, the control MIDI?
Control the radio, CTR?
Well, you control the radios, but you can do Well, I guess yeah, it's controlling the radio with those because you can spin the dial with and everything else, and you can push buttons on some of those. He's got the new CTR2 quad. I think it's
Yeah, he's
some of the
great.
quad.
I mean, I own this one. The
Okay, yep.
CTR though means control the radio.
The hell?
Yeah. So those are really slick. Yeah, the CTR2. That's what I was thinking. He's got the quad line 2 in there. So I've got the MIDI one in the very bottom right. That's a really slick one, and I wish I could upgrade to the quad. I don't use the other one enough to make it worth justifying the other one. But does that work with your stuff? Because these things are super. I mean, they are really super popular.
Yeah, they're great. I think it's a great tool. Sorry about my camera, guys. I'm struggling with that. I got a new one on order. So I love it. I love the device. I found for me that using the Halakey Tiny MIDI is adequate.
Yes. Yep. From Halibut Electronics.
Mm-hmm. So. Yeah, and it's inexpensive in comparison, and it's kind of dumb. It's not like there's not a screen on there that I have to like clean because I smudged it because I ate pizza at the desk or something. So I'm using the Halakey MIDI.
Yep.
But this certainly would work. I think I have it in my drawer. I haven't tested it yet. I've kind of abandoned it. But I'm a big fan of what Lynn's done.
Yeah, absolutely, for sure.
Especially for the Flex. But MIDI is a weird one. So MIDI, you can't send MIDI over iOS. Apple says no to MIDI.
On iOS, yes, but on Mac OS you can.
Okay, can you? Okay.
Yes,
but
on
if
Mac
you're
OS
on,
you can. I've never tried it on a phone. Well, you know what?
I mean, if you have a MIDI adapter, you are unable to send that data outside with a MIDI controller. So
okay, I guess I've not tried his device on the iPad or iPhone. I've only done it on the Mac OS.
And sorry, let me just be more clear. When I state that, what I'm referring to is you can't use Safari as a browser and send MIDI over Safari. That won't be accepted. You might be able to do it with an app. There's plenty of iOS apps that can read MIDI.
Gotcha.
Man, my camera's just goofing. Sorry, guys. All right. I think that kind of like rounds out all this stuff that we're working on.
That is just an app packed full of features and just cool settings and
here's another one.
Great elements of FT8 and SSTV and radio control, and I mean, just this is incredible. This is a great presentation this evening, Casey. Thank you very much for bringing this on and developing something like this. This has been really good. I think I don't think there's nobody on this panel that's watching or anybody that's on the channel here watching is going to say, well, this is not going to be for me. I think everyone could say this would be something I'd be interested in.
Yeah, good.
I'm waiting for him to come out with it on Linux.
It's all on Linux. It's all there.
Okay,
100% ready on Linux.
And today. I see you're already working with COM ports in the system, so I'll definitely reach out to you because I don't think it'd be that hard to add be able to use the virtual bridges.
Yeah, I don't think so either. But we've got folks. I'm just looking to see if there's any recent conversation. I mean, someone had a bug report on Linux here, and I mean, all this stuff. Like all the current problems, I think, are solved for folks. I might have one or two outstanding, but nothing Linux specific. NA7C Ted, he's a Linux user. He uses Linux Mint. I don't know that distro.
Yep.
But
that's probably the most popular one for new people with Linux.
Okay. Well, he got POTAcat working early on, like within the first 2 weeks of it being live. So he's had it
definitely be setting up a box then and
yeah, absolutely. One thing I didn't mention, if it's worth mentioning, free DV. So you can have free DV spots, and we do a full free DV like RAID 1 encode decode. So if you want to do that, I need more testing on it. I had a guy who requested it. I spent a lot of time on it, and then he disappeared. So if anyone wants to test free DV, it should work. In my experience, it worked, but every computer's a little different. Every radio's a little different. Just to make sure that it works. So, a couple things going on.
Wow.
But you've got an awesome piece of software going here, Casey.
Can I ask you guys? I want to make stickers for the event.
Yep.
What is it? Dayton.
Dayton.
Mhm.
Yep.
What's my tagline? Is my tagline democratizing remote radio? Does that land with you guys? Is my tagline remote SSTV so you can send dumb memes of your lawnmower?
I think you just need your sticker with POTAcat below it, using your logo, and just handing that out everywhere.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If you want it,
And as long as you have a demo with a TV at your booth, I think that will be a lot to be said for that, and you're going to have a lot of people surrounding you. You might want
With a
another
QR
person
code
there.
on the back of the sticker.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
won't be there. My niece is graduating
Oh.
high school that weekend in
that
Alabama. But I've
Sorry,
got
niece.
two folks that are in the Discord that have one guy who's got a table for resale, like the swap meet, and he
Oh, yeah.
offered to do to have a table and a booth and everything for me. So what I'm going to be building out is something like try.potacat.com, which is going to give you access to POTAcat, hosted remote, and Echoat, and maybe connected if I can to a web SDR. So you would get all the fun of QSYing on a web SDR, just no transmit. Or he also can to his computer.
I could throw out a tagline for you. I don't know if everybody's going to like it or not, but POTAcat, breaking the shackles of remote HF radio.
Yeah, okay. That's what it feels like to you? I like that.
It does. Because like you said, you had a DX10. I got to spend $350 to get a cable to be able to remote my DX10. I refuse to spend $350 for it.
Right. It's just like no is the answer. Just frustrating, right? Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
If you can see my screen real quick, here's a perfect example of here's a D Expedition. Elvira? You guys know where that is? Or you know
No
who this
clue.
person is? They're in Guinea.
Going to Guinea, okay.
You mean
Or is it hit the
Elvira?
map? Elvira? Or is it hit the
We're not
map?
talking about the Oak Ridge boys here, Michael.
Yeah, we look for them, and here they are. So this is what I've set as the D Expedition flag. So like super clear where they are, and they're on CW, and now I can check my flex to see if I can hear them. Oh, they're on 80 meters.
I have a question.
Yeah.
Does it have dark mode?
So we go to
Yes.
settings and we hit dark.
Thank you.
Yep.
Sold.
Also, we have an activator mode. I didn't talk about that. If you want to take this to a park and activate, you type in park US 1234. You choose your park. You choose your everything. You hit start activation. You can also see spots if you want to see who else is out there. So you can chase others at others and do a park to park. Afterwards, you can look at your past activations. Let me hide spots. And you can see all the spots you made. You can see a map of it. And then you can export the map. And that export, when you share image, is good for like, it's in the safe zone. So no text overlays on it for like Facebook, Instagram, and TikTok. So you can kind of flex that you are out there chasing parks.
Nice. Wow. I feel like there's something you haven't thought of. I don't know what it would be.
Yeah, it's these other asynchronous modes like VAR AC, JS8 call.
Yep.
And those are all open source, so I can port that stuff in if that's useful. And I don't know if it is or not.
JS8 call would be. A lot of people use that. It's pretty active.
Yeah,
VAR actually gets used too.
yeah, and they're both great. And like, so is WinLink. And is there worse software than WinLink? Do you guys think? Like, I think
If you can figure out how to do WinLink on here with that and doing that over a Mac or over a Linux and Windows without having to use WinLink Express, that's pretty impressive.
Yeah, and like, let's say it's possible. Do you want other apps for that? I don't know. Like SSTV to me is I don't use SSTV because it's too cumbersome. And now I've sent more SSTV in the last 3 days, just having dumb fun, sending photos of my cat to people. You know?
I could tell you this. I mean, yes, having fun and everything, but if you could make WinLink work on other OSs, KC people would be all over your program, especially
They
in
would
the
be.
Incom world.
Yeah.
Yes,
Okay.
people are saying bring WinLink to Mac. So
Yeah.
And
This is-
I like what NG Carson has here. You were asking for a tagline a minute ago. POTAcat.
Yep, there you go.
Limitless remote HF. Beautiful.
Oh, I like that.
that's short and sweet.
I like that one.
Yep.
I'll take a note on it.
You want to know something that'll grab even more people's attention?
What's
If
that?
the word free is included in that.
Free.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm open to ideas here. I mean, to me, it really feels like democratization, like kind of giving it to the people and not hiding it behind
Mhm.
stuff.
You mean demonetization?
Yeah, right. Yeah.
Yeah, we want to monetize him. We want him to continue to develop and work on this, and so yeah, I love supporting him. So
And as my son says, free tacos.
Free tacos. That's what I
Oh,
said.
wait. That's your son.
That's my
Yes.
son. That's my youngest son.
that explains a lot, doesn't
You
it?
just figured that out, Josh. While I was making my comments about that apple don't fall far from the tree.
Exactly.
In fairness, we had a pretty rough thunderstorm coming through at the same time that was happening, so my mind was a little bit off. But okay, now I get it. I'm all about some free tacos.
Oh, I am all about free burritos too.
Yeah, this is definitely. I'm definitely, especially now that's on Linux. I'm gonna set this up on a Linux computer
Yeah, set it up
Yep.
right now.
and start playing.
Just if you've got Git installed, so you can do a clone of the repo, it should be pretty.
Yeah,
simple.
but I should be able to do this on a headless server, though, shouldn't I, Casey?
So if you do a double
Since this
dash
is
headless, when you install, so I have a headless mode. If we go back,
To where all I got to do is pull it up on a browser.
yeah, it's not as great though.
Okay.
I forget how we invoked it, but here.
Oh, I'll go through the Git. I use GitHub every day, so
Okay,
I
so I
can
did
go
a
through and
headless
find your
release a while back. If I had to guess, I'd say version 1.3 ish.
Okay.
Somewhere around there. But there's a headless, and for headless, it is like a double dash headless when you launch it. I haven't updated. I haven't updated this. I also have docs.potacat, which needs some attention. Docs. That scared me. So we've got some comprehensive docs. I use AI to support me in pulling this together, so it's imperfect, but it gets you a lot of the way there.
Okay.
If folks have issues, the biggest issue that anyone here is going to have is going to be in connecting their radio. So you know,
one of the
we do have
questions
this.
I saw.
Just the Win4 Yesu setup. I don't know if this solves it for you. Win4 Yesu.
So one of the questions I saw earlier in the chat that we didn't get to address, and I figured I'd try and come back to it, was so currently I've downloaded 1.4.9 and you update to 1.5. How do I get notifications? How do I know I 1.5 is now out? How are you updating folks or letting them know there's updates and that sort of thing?
So a couple of ways. The first one is whenever I release a new version, that new version comes with the latest .yml. Every time you launch POTAcat, it searches to see what the latest .yml is, and if there is one, it will tell you that a new version exists. So that's one way to do it. Is you just restart the app. Another way to do it is you go to settings, and you go to the bottom, and you say check for updates.
Oh,
it says you're up to date. And the third way is you just push F5.
Jeez. Okay. I mean,
Couple ways
more
to do
simple.
Yeah. And then how do I let people know? I try to be pretty communicative here in the announcement channel.
You are, yeah. You're always. I see those all the time.
Yeah. So first contest is live. I wrote yesterday. Press F5 or restart POTAcat to get it. It's the unofficial SSTV release. And then I said actually use version 1.4.9 because 1.4.8 was janky. Yeah. So you'll see, all this stuff. This is like when I announced the initial stuff for SSTV and getting people to share their thoughts. And then one guy thought it was a bad idea. Let's just call him out. Kilo Lima 1 Oscar Quebec George. He didn't like the idea. That's good. You got to have a hater.
It is,
too, you know.
The phone app is called Echoat, right?
Yeah. Yes. Yeah. It was actually one of our users here in Philly, Alpaca Wacka. He said, I was looking for names for it, and he said POTAcat plus Echo link.
But it's not an app you're going to download on your phone. You're going to pull that from settings and then open up that web
it's
page,
a URL.
basically.
It's literally a web page that's accessible on my computer or my VPN. It's just a web page. It's just right here. Yep. And some people say, do I have to type it in exactly? The answer is yes. Like, it's this whole thing in green. Hit copy and go. That's it. But you must hit copy. It's always going to start with 100 dot if you're on tail scale. So if anyone has issues with tail scale, simple to set up. I mean, really, really simple to set up.
It's easier to set up than what was that? Oh, I just drew a blank on it.
If I can do tail scale, anybody can do it.
Right. It was
Josh is not tech savvy.
Zero tier. Zero tier. And I don't recommend zero tier, but zero tier is kind of a pain.
That's right, Terry. There is no Echoat on App Store. You're going to pull Echoat from. You're going to go into settings, turn it on in there, and then paste in that address into your phone. That web URL, and that's how Echoat's going to come up. So it's not an app. It's just become a web page for you.
So
okay.
If you come into the settings,
yes, I know. Okay.
If you come to settings here, right, it says right here, tail scale. To use Echoat securely outside your home network, install a VPN such as Tailscale on both your Shack computer and your phone. Audio tuning and PTT are all encrypted over the VPN tunnel.
Sorry, Terry, I thought you were asking if there was like an app. Like, I can't find an app, but okay. So my apologies, my misunderstanding on that. So
yep. Someone asked me to enable Google's stun server. You can do this if you want. I'm not going to do that. I like Tailscale. It keeps me safe. And that's important to me. Yeah. Also, if it gets weird and like you have someone who's like trying to use your radio and they're on the same network or whatever, you can require a token access where you give it a random token and you have to remember this password. Then we try to log into Echoat. I'll show you what this looks like. I try to
Can
log
you create your own password
here. It's going to ask me for that access token. So if that's helpful for you, use it. We use this in the club mode. But for most folks, I think it's an unnecessary thing and probably causes more confusion than anything else. So you do not want token access.
Okay.
Yeah, and we did a PTT safety issue. There can be some idiosyncrasies on like how people disconnect their radio or if they're out on their phone and they're talking and like the connection doesn't close, then you could just PTT until you get home, and that would be bad. So what we're doing here is a safety timeout. So 3 minutes, and then your audio drops. Like your PTT stops working, and they have to rekey again if you want to talk for longer than 3 minutes at a time. And maybe you want this to be longer. It's a non-issue for you. Go ahead and change it. But I think it's a safe thing to have.
For sure.
Cool.
All right. Well,
great, guys.
We are now at 10:06 in the real time zone.
Wow.
That's a nod to Jason. So appreciate you joining with us there, Casey, and you're more than welcome to come join us anytime. We'll just hope that we don't see Elgato nonstop next time.
Yeah, you're telling me that. You're telling me Tuesday I got a new camera coming in. I think it's the power source. I don't know if it overheats. It works so well most of the time, and then only when I'm on important video calls does it stop working.
Right.
I've heard that from people with those cameras that after a while they'll start overheating.
Oh, yeah. It's freaking
Well, thank
out.
you so much for joining us this evening. Sorry, I kind of forgot to send
Exactly.
the link earlier in the week or earlier today, and just been stupid busy lately and stuff, whatever. But I'm glad you were able to come on and show us this great software and this great development that you've made for doing remote HF ham radio. I mean, this is really just super cool stuff and just really great development. And You should really be submitted for Ham of the Year for all your development, and especially with that Bluetooth mic. That's going to be incredible if we
Isn't that going to be
produce
cool?
that and put that out. That's
Yeah,
going to be
I'm
really
excited.
cool. I think that's kind of neat.
Yeah, I feel like I need someone like Jonathan Kane. I think he got it right. Come up with something and then have someone else kind of do the whole like sales of it. Right? That's not on his site to sell the CFT one. I think that's a good move. So if someone want to pick that up on their site, I'd be happy to do something like that. Someone wants
something as a kit or something they put together themselves, or
yeah, right. I mean, I think both make sense ultimately.
So you kind of have a cheaper price for putting it together yourself, and a little bit more price if you're going to pay somebody to put it together.
Yeah, I mean, you can put it together yourself. I mean, I'm going to make everything publicly available and open source, but some folks don't have 3D printers, or they have printers but they don't have TPU filament, or they want something special or whatever. Want to give them that option.
Yep.
Yeah.
Outstanding.
All right, guys. Well, thank you so much for having me on.
Thanks, Casey.
Thanks very much,
Come
Casey.
back anytime. Anytime.
Thanks, Casey.
All right, take care. So long.
Night, man.
All right, folks. We'll get ready to wrap this thing up, but we got a little business to take care of. I promised a giveaway a little while ago, so let's knock that
Josh,
out real quick. Are you leaving me?
Dude, I've got a roll. I got an hour and 40-minute commute. So,
Well, all right. If you are watching
welcome to the real world.
If you're watching on Tortoise Overland's channel, it may cut off when he leaves. So,
oh no, it's not rebroadcasting because I'm in here.
He has admin rights. He can't.
that's right. That's right.
Yeah.
I don't
So-
know. Anyway.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye. See you,
Later,
Mike.
guys.
Let's
Oh, not that red button.
let's give some stuff away, shouldn't we? Or at least
See you, Michael.
something away. Y'all have waited patiently, and I appreciate the waiting. So I was going to do this last week, but y'all didn't show up and show out. So y'all did it tonight. Let me grab what we're giving away here. Oh, it's sitting right behind me. All right, so let me take myself full here. Let's see. All right, new in the box right here. Well, the box is open because I had no idea what in the hell was in the box. It just randomly got shipped to me. I have a ThinkNode M1. And if you don't know what these are, I've got one right here. This is a fantastic Meshtastic or mesh core node. And one thing that I really like about it is it's got this e-ink display. It is just super easy to use, super clear, that kind of thing. Fantastic. Shout out to Elecro for sending this to me. I'm going to send this to our winner tomorrow, not tonight, because no shipping stores are open tonight. So let's give it away. What do you think? Let me get myself lined up with my screen share here. All right. So I'm going to put a code on the screen here in just a second. Let me put everybody else back on the screen. Boy, we're going down to 3. Shame on us. And then we'll share the code. You're going to type this code verbatim in the chat. That is your only way to enter. Your only way to enter. So let's do it. Hashtag POTAcat, all capital letters. Hashtag POTAcat, all capital letters. Make sure you hit that thumbs up button. Hit the subscribe button too. It's not going to get you an extra opportunity in the drawing, but it's still nice. Guys, and I can't tell you enough how much I love this little node. I love my Seed Studio L1 Pro. This is a great alternate. They're both equally just as good, if you ask me. I love them. You can put the mesh core on it. You can put Meshtastic, either one. I don't think you can do the dual boot thing yet on it. I don't think. I could be wrong about that. Got 20 entries so far out of 40 people watching. And please be in the United States. Please be in the United States. I am not shipping international, Colin.
Sorry, Colin.
Or Guam boy over there. Well, I don't know. Shipping to Guam might not be terrible.
May not
It's
be
still-
too bad.
It's still in the USPS, but Mike says studio looks good. Hope the wife heals up fast, and congratulations on the new house. Appreciate it, buddy. Appreciate it. I'm so excited we're actually giving something away. We haven't done a giveaway since Christmas.
Yeah, I was gonna say that's about Christmas time.
Yeah. Yeah. I see. What we use USPS. I wasn't thinking about that. Yeah, I think you'd be okay. And this thing doesn't weigh anything, so it shouldn't be terrible to ship, but I'm still not paying international shipping. If you want to drop a super chat, if you win for the shipping, I might consider it then.
We meet
Hey,
at
did you see what
Hamvention,
Colin
Pepe
said?
says.
Yeah, Pepe says shipping, no problem. We meet at Hamvention. That's right, buddy. I can't wait to shake your hand for the first time. Where's Colin here?
Colin said I would give it to a ham in the USA that sent me stuff if I win.
Fair enough.
Okay.
That'll be good. All right, we have 24 entries only and 40 people watching. I'm gonna give it.
Nick, I can't. NG Carson. Thank you.
Y'all are the most entertaining ham show for a non-ham guy to watch. Hell yeah, thank you. I appreciate that.
Yes, thank you.
That's what we're trying to do. We're trying
There was
to
a lot of
entertain.
presentation night. Sometimes we get into like our second hour. Usually the first hour is presentation, and the second hour is all kind of like you call whatever you want. We have all kinds of conversations. So yeah, come back and watch us again. Thank you for joining.
Yeah. Chad Wibs, WIBPC, I guess. There's a ham swap in Fort Atkinson, Wisconsin, Saturday, 8 to 12, I recall. Excellent.
Well, I would love to go, but I'll be in Des Moines at a ham fest down there instead this weekend. They invited Winter Field Day down, so.
Terry says he shows 37 in the chat. I've got 42, but that's because we're also simulcasting on T.O.'s channel and Dave's
Yeah,
channel.
he said he wasn't simulcast. Admins are a bit, but he was live.
So he added his YouTube channel to my default pages.
Oh,
so
maybe we could do that.
I hijacked him, I guess. And Terry does want to remind folks there is a ham fest in Greenville, Tennessee this Saturday too. I've never made it to the Greenville Ham Fest. What a fantastic ham fest, though, as I've been told. It is one of the bigger ones in East Tennessee. So if you're East Tennessee, Southeast Kentucky, Southwest Virginia, or Western North Carolina, you may want to check that one out this Saturday.
And if anybody that's in the Springfield, Missouri area, we've got the More Expo going on.
That's right. Don't forget More
Little
Expo this weekend.
Little old me will be there with my club's trailer. We'll have our communications trailer out there. And there's quite a few YouTubers out there if you want to meet them.
Yeah. Jason's there. I know that. And,
yeah, he's there. Ham Radio Tectonics, Gray Man Poda, Digital Rancher, A0Z.
Josh, I think
who else is there?
I think 24 inches is where we're going to stop at. I don't see nobody
I
else
think
coming through.
I think that's what we're going to end up at real quick. Pepe says second hour is about trucks and barbecue. That's
Damn
right. In the South right here, except Marvin's a transplant. Colin says 38 watching. Terry with a Tango says if you come to Greenville, you can meet Terry with a Tango. And then Super Dave left the More Expo URL in the chat. All right, I'm closing it out. Let's do this thing.
Spin the dial.
Who's going to win it?
Colin,
Your
so
winner
you can ham it
is-
forward.
Your winner is Ham KJ5. Ham KJ5. Are you still in the chat? Got to be present to win. Surely you are.
Come on. Come on down.
Woo!
Woo-hoo!
All
There he
right.
is.
I got to get my Ric Flair thing back. All right. Do me a favor.
Hey, give us your call sign and make sure you're good on QRZ. Just let us know
There
that.
it is. He just
There
gave
it
his
is.
call sign.
He's right on top of it. Perfect.
Fantastic. Do me a favor, KJ5. Do me a favor. I'm going to pop this up on screen. Send me an email real quick, Josh at aa4wx.com, and I'll get your pertinent details and we'll get it out to you Hopefully tomorrow. Hopefully. If not, it'll be Saturday. So, oops, I didn't want to do that. I want to do this. We don't have much around to go around the horn, so we'll go around the horn here in just a minute. By the way, this is your nightly reminder. Cade MRD is wrong.
You're going to pop that up. I was just thinking about it. I was like, no, I'm not going to do it tonight. We're going to cut this short. We're already going long.
Well, I was gonna say if they got any complaints, send their complaints to KDMRD at iCloud.net.
There you go. There you go.
You're close. Yeah.
Super Dave, what you got going this week?
More expo. And then on vacation, so hopefully next week I can actually get some of my antenna videos done and maybe a couple of radio reviews of 2 new radios I'm playing with and just try to relax from work. But that's all about all I got going on for this next week. But more expos, the big thing this weekend. Anybody coming by, definitely come down by the trailer, say hi. And like I said, there's 5 or 6 different, I think there's 6 YouTubers and somebody else that came up with Jason. That's all I got going on right now.
Hopefully I make that trip next year. If things keep growing and progressing as a channel, I'm making that trip. I've had 2.0 reach out to me about going. Of course, you and Andy want to drive me crazy about going. I need to make that trip happen next year. So we'll see about making that part of the tour next year. Marvin, what about you?
I don't have a whole lot. I dropped 3 videos over this past week, and I dropped one more yesterday talking about kind of the news segment I did on talking about the antenna companies in the very beginning of the show here. So that's all on my YouTube channel. I'm at 647 subscribers, something like that. I've grown quite a bit in the last just few days here, but trying to get myself to 1,000. So help me try and get there. I'd greatly appreciate it. I'm going to come up on 5 years on Patreon in July, and I've got some things coming out I'm going to be doing around that. And if you join on my Patreon channel, I've got some special gifts I'll be giving away as a gift set, I guess, per se. So I'm looking forward to that. And Hamvention, I'll be there. I've got some really cool handouts I'm going to be having there, plus my stickers. I'm looking forward to Hamvention. And I actually get to see my wife this weekend, and I'll see what I get to play for radio. I don't know. I mean, I've got little projects. I've got 7 apple trees coming. I'm trying to finish digging my holes for that, and I've got a couple other outside house projects. If the weather's nice, and I'm definitely gonna be smoking some ribs. So maybe I'll do a short video on my rib smoking. I haven't done a video on the ribs yet, so I'll be smoking ribs this weekend though.
You said you met in with "I'll be smoking," and my ears perked up really close. I want to make sure you were going to say something.
I had some really good bar. In fact, I'm going to do a short video. I don't really have a great way to edit right now, but I went to a place in Egan tonight to ZZQ Barbecue. Great barbecue. I was like really impressed. I mean, the famous days. You got all these little places, and sometimes some places are really good barbecue, but he hit it really right on the spot, and he goes. What he picked up on me because he could tell I was doing some food sampling and the way I was tasting my food and checking it out and kind of like taking a drink in between the different meats and the coleslaw and the beans, and I was really kind of doing taste testing and checking it all out and kind of almost a food audit or like a food review, and it was definitely good stuff. I was really impressed. So he kind of asked me to pull me aside right before I left and was like, so, who are you and what are you doing? I was like, well, I'm just kind of where I'm at. So, yeah, I love smoking on the side, and you get to start talking about different, people in the profession. And there was also a Kansas City barbecue, KCBS barbecue competitor judge there at the same time. We all started talking, a conversation at the restaurant. It was kind of cool. So it was really fun. So,
did you see Terry with the tangos comment?
I haven't been to the chat recently.
Coming on my radio or my lungs.
No, it's not that one. It's right above. It has Dollywood. I can't highlight these, so
we're next year I want to see y'all at Sevierville. Sevierville's a good ham fest. It's a really good ham
fest. It is. I've been there once or twice.
Yeah. We have Andy back in the chat.
Andy's back.
Howdy.
What's up?
How y'all doing? Good to see you guys.
You want to give us some World Radio League ham radio prep real quick, or
Sure,
Yeah, 'cause
why
I'm gonna
not?
I'm gonna have to cut out here pretty quick. I got to talk to the wife tonight again. So
Yeah. Cut out.
Yeah.
We'll see you next week if you need to.
all right, we'll see you guys. Have a good night. Enjoy.
Hey,
Take
Marvin.
care. All right, bye.
Yeah, so we are gearing up for Hamvention and very excited. And we got a new sticker design, so look for that when you come to Hamvention. It's a really cool sticker design. So besides that, we just launched logbook search, sort, and filter on the mobile app and on the web app, the logbook favorites and filtering and sorting features, and so that's really cool. Like I said, the latest version of the mobile app has a couple issues in it. They're front end issues. They look like they're affecting it's just affecting the visibility of some logbooks. So that's one of the issues. The other issue is an update loop issue on iOS. Both of those issues are being reviewed, and we're planning on releasing fixes by tomorrow afternoon. So we should be good there. And
that's why I didn't see it, because I've got Android.
Yeah. You didn't see the update loop issue, but you probably see it's not extremely noticeable, but
and I thought it was my phone causing the issue, or my tablet causing the issue. As soon as you said update deal, I did see it.
Yeah. It's loading the last chunk of logbooks, and not all of your logbooks, just the last chunk of them. And so we should be resolving that one right away. Other than that, I'm trying to remember. I've been out for 2 weeks. I was gone to an event with our church 2 weeks ago, and then last week I was recording an episode with another podcast, the Hammerdy Workbench podcast, which that one should post here in a week from today. So go check that out. I woke up that Thursday morning with asthma, and so the doctor gave me a steroid shot. So I'm half scared to listen back to what I said during the recording of the Hammerdy Workbench podcast. We went for 3 hours straight and didn't cover near everything we wanted to cover, so they invited me back in a few weeks. So anyway, yeah, that was crazy. But we've been pumping a lot of new stuff out the door. We are keeping very regular with our World Radio League show updates. So go back, watch the last couple episodes of the World Radio League show. Be sure and tune in next week. We just launched the map theme library. That one's a big one. That one's really cool. You can go in and create and share custom themes for your maps and share them for other people to use, and see the ones that other people have posted. So yeah, a lot of really cool stuff going on, and really excited about some things we got coming up soon. So it's late, and my recall is low right now. I'm not remembering everything. I will be at More Expo, planning on both tomorrow, at least half a day tomorrow, and Saturday. So looking forward to seeing some friends at More Expo and making some new friends.
Yeah, I was just saying, I think I'm going to have to make the More Expo happen next year. I'm getting too much.
Yes,
the Texas guys have a couple of extra tickets, Josh. If you want to come, they got an extra ticket.
I have a wife bedridden upstairs.
But see, Andy, me and you hounded him about it.
Yeah.
Jason reached out to him, and now he's going to make it a deal.
No, it's not just Jason. There's others.
By the way, what did you give Ham KJ5?
ThinkNode.
Oh, nice. Okay.
Yep.
Cool.
ThinkNode M1. They sent me one of these to test out a couple of weeks ago, and then randomly I get another one on my porch the other day. So
in other news, James decided that the whole team needs to learn Morse code and to do a Morse code challenge. And so he's reached out to me and said, hey, Andy, find us a good Morse code key. So, of course, I go for one that I don't already have in my collection. So he got us all Zippy paddles from Zeus, K8CES. Great paddle. Really cool portable 3D printed paddle. And really nice little key. I've really enjoyed it. And so yeah, the whole team should be embarking on a Morse code journey very soon. So I wish us all the best there. And on a very small personal note, you may have noticed I updated the profile picture and the name of my personal YouTube channel. So go check that out if you haven't seen it yet. I'm planning on posting more videos soon that aren't just completely restricted to ham radio. So check that out. But yeah, no, I mean, World Radio League Ham Radio Prep. We are, I think James said this is the second week in a row that we've been. I think he said, let me double check this number because it sounds outrageous, but I'm gonna check it real quick. Our contact numbers have been way up. Contacts per week logged and imported. I think he said I was out at the doctor last week whenever they had the team meeting, and so I was relying on the information they gave me this week. But I think, let me find it here. Our numbers. Here it is. Yeah, I think this is the second week in a row we've been over 2 million new contacts in a week. And I think we were almost 2.25 million this week, new contacts imported and logged. So we've been pumping way over 1,000 new users a week for a while now, and it's really exciting. It's really exciting. So
wow, outstanding.
Yeah,
cool.
Absolutely.
Well, I'm excited to check out what you got going on your YouTube channel. Not only the World Radio League and Ham Radio Prep channel, but your YouTube channel. I'm excited to see what you're able to do with that.
I'm gonna take a very personal approach to it. This is the plan, and not just lean into ham radio or business or this and that, and just kind of, there'll probably be some ham radio, but kind of do my own thing with it. But yeah,
are you just going to post goat videos?
No, one of the
or mouse videos?
Please no. One of the things I love doing every week is the World Radio League show, and I love to see when people are tuning into that. So go check out the World Radio League show. It's my I don't know what term to use, passion project, I guess. It's kind of something that James turned me loose on and said, do whatever you want to with live streams. And so we invented the World Radio League show, and it's been a lot of fun. So
I'll tell you this, it's getting some traction around here. I was listening to an HT or something the other night, and totally heard somebody saying, or no, it wasn't the other night, it's the other afternoon, or maybe it was today. I don't know. They said that they were watching the World Radio League show, and I could hear it in the background on the FUSO on 2 meters. It was
very
awesome.
Nice. That's
might
fantastic.
have been Terry with a tango. I don't know.
Yeah, it's glad to hear that. Yeah, I really enjoy doing it. We're now broadcasting to Ham Radio Prep and World Radio League YouTube channels, Facebook pages, and X pages. So you can watch in any of those locations. Somebody in the chat asked about cute fluffy goats. There you go. My dad has goats on his farm. That is not focusing. There we go. And they just had a new little kid born. So there you go. There's your cute fluffy goat for the week.
I'm just waiting on it to scream at me. Ah!
Yeah. No, we're past April 1st.
The little ones like that are a blast.
Yeah, they are. Absolutely. But yeah, no, I mean, we're cranking along through all kinds of stuff over at World Radio League Ham Radio Prep. We've got an awesome team, and we're putting in the work. So go be sure and check us out if you haven't already. And yeah, I would love to see you in the comments during the World Radio League live stream.
Absolutely. Let me hit on what's coming up real quick here on my side of things. So we've been finally got everything in the house that unboxed, with the exception of Radio Shack stuff, not the store Radio Shack. Oh, you're seeing my chroma key cut off. That's funny. So I'm going to be working through that in the next few days. Starting to try to get.
If you find a Radio Shack, let me know. I'll be there in the morning. No, I'm kidding.
There's one in Indiana. I think it's Rushville, Indiana.
They're actually trying to bring Radio Shack back.
Yeah, slowly but surely. They'll do good if they can bring it back in the style that it was. Like not cell phones and satellite dishes. I'm talking about radio parts, stuff like that. But anyway, we've got that. So I'm going to try to crank out some content this coming week. Start getting back into a regular upload rhythm, especially for you channel members who pay for early access to videos, because there's nothing there for you to watch right now. So there's that. Next week on HamShackTV Live, it is show off your mobile shack. So in the Discord, if you look at the different channels or whatever you want to call them in Discord, there is one that says show us your mobile shack. I want you to go in there and upload a picture of your mobile shack and give us a description. Next week, we're going to go through these and take a look at each one of them, comment on them, that kind of thing. And yes, full disclosure, AI made this image. This is not somebody's real shack. I don't have time to be artsy fartsy and build stuff in Photoshop like that. So I have to rely on AI to make some thumbnails. But anyway, that almost looks like World Radio League in the top left-hand corner there. Almost. I don't know what that is. But next week, be here 8 o'clock Eastern Time, 0 Z, and we'll show off folks' shack. No matter how minimal it is or how crazy it is, I expect to see some mobile porcupines. So send it all in and put it in the show us your shack Discord Discord.
I would
not server channel, whatever you call it.
I would love to show you my mobile shack, but it got hit by a 15,000-pound forklift, or however heavy that forklift was. So
what?
Yeah,
I saw something about that in the chat. So Bricker House says I should send in a picture of my Bofang on my dash. Does that count? Absolutely, that counts. So yeah, send anything. I don't care. Whatever. Send me I can't even think, an HT with an open spot. I don't care. I just want to see what you got in your mobile shack. So that'll be a fun show, very interactive show. Maybe you want to come on and give a tour of it live on the air. We can arrange that too. So really shack. Cool. There you go. There you go.
We can probably arrange that. Careful not to overpromise.
That's very true. We can probably accomplish that. Bricker House.
There's no telling who would show up.
That's true. That's true. Bricker House says before or after I clean out the fur, and judging by his profile picture, yes. I don't think the fur matters.
No. You don't know about Chris's dog?
Apparently not.
Everybody don't want to talk to Chris. They just want his dog to come over.
Well, I guess we'll learn about that next week for sure. Let's see here. EOD Kaboom is saying play the song. It is time to play the song. I don't have a show planned. Let me hit the rest of the list real quick. I don't have a show planned for the 30th. But we'll find something to talk about. I can guarantee
I have a show
that.
coming up, so maybe we can work something out.
Yeah, you earned that. So if you want the 30th, let's talk.
I'll talk to you later. We'll figure it out.
May the 7th will be the Hamvention, Dayton Hamvention preview show. Hopefully to have a guest from Dayton committee on the show, and then on May 14th it'll be live from Hamvention. So. Don't have the logistics worked out. That won't be as nice as Hamcation because we're not all staying in the same campground, but we'll try to make something happen live from Dayton that week. So that's it. That's it. I'm done talking. Appreciate the super chats tonight. Appreciate the channel memberships. Dave, what are you going to say?
I was just going to say good night all. I thought that's where you were going.
That's where we're going. We're getting out of here.
Too.
We'll see y'all next week. No 88s. See y'all next week. Where's the thing? There it is. What do you think? You think I'm going to do it tonight? Should I do it? I don't know. Maybe. I think we probably will. You know what? Just do it.
Money isn't everything. It's the only thing. And everyone has a price for the $1 million man. All right,
We appreciate y'all watching. We had a big super chat tonight. Got to see the alternate clip that we rarely get to see. Appreciate y'all watching. Come back next week. Stay tuned. Hit that subscribe button. Hit that like button. Go check out World Radio League Ham Radio Prep. Use coupon code HamShackTV. You will get 10% off their already great prices. We'll see you next week.